All right. What is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream for you guys. We got about a minute till market open. Looks like the markets are trying to rebound here a little bit this morning. The futures were negative by about 0.1%, maybe 0.2% roughly. Just about 30 minutes to an hour ago. As you can see, we dipped down here on the SPY almost to 270.40. We were talking about this in the Discord chat that overall I believe that the market's probably going to trade a little sideways today. We'll kind of go up and down, plus or minus 0.1 to 0.2 of a percentage point. But overall, it's going to be an interesting day. I placed a call on SPY yesterday in the money at 270. It was up literally $1 within like 5 seconds of the market open. So we'll see what happens. It'll probably open down a little thanks to Theta. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to reply to Searchu's thing here really quickly. He sent me pictures of AMD calls. And here we go. Get my Robinhood pulled up too. What was I doing? SPY is pushing up a little bit here, it looks like. Let's see what happens. We're up $10 on the SPY call already. Up $11. I'm going to be quick to sell this in all honesty because the market is obviously pretty volatile right now, as you can see. I'm definitely going to be quick to sell this one. So right now it's at 173. $176, 177. I mean, hopefully it keeps on pushing in all honesty, but I'm definitely going to be quick to sell it. I'm not going to get caught holding for sure. Obviously, we're pretty overextended for sure. Like I said, I think overall we're going to kind of just bounce back and forth in between 0.1% to 0.2% up, and then 0.1% to 2%, 0.2% down. Wow, we are up decently on these SPY calls already. I mean, not crazy, 11%, but imagine if I would have got in down here. Me and Josh were talking about that this morning. Dude, this is super volatile. And if you're wondering, this call, I wish I could show you guys. Like I said, Robinhood Web doesn't allow you to like really mess with your options at all. But it's a May 18th call in the money, 270.5 actually, not 270. 270.5 call. It's up roughly what, about $12 right now it looks like, which is up $16, which is 9.7% profit. Like I said, I will be super quick to sell this once it looks like it's going to pull back. I'm just looking at the price action. Our 5 days starting to get a little overextended as well. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning so far. Okay, I sold it. Sold it on the run. That's crazy though. That's pumping like that. Probably missed out on a little bit of profit, but quick little bit of profit made. So we bought that SPY call for 165, sold it for 185. That is a $20 profit right off the bat this morning. Let's go ahead and calculate that. I know it's not huge profit, but profits are profits, like we keep saying. Learn that lesson the hard way. Oh, was it 164? No, it was 165. 20 divided by 165. 12%. Can't complain about it. Like I said, I love in the money calls and puts. I mean, it's just a lot easier to make consistent profits with them. And we just made $20 right off the bat here this morning, so that's nice. Let's see, where's Shaq at this morning? I'm gonna set some alerts here. I can be notified. Stuff keeps shooting up. Good thing I sold it when I did. I'll just say 21, 271, 75 ish. Yeah, 270.98. I want to be notified too. Actually, I'll probably set another alert to see if it comes, makes a newer low or something. Okay, that might actually happen soon, actually. So, let's take a look at Shaq here. It's down a little, but I'm assuming we have something crazy going on here because, again, it's showing that Shaq puts are up 3,333% on the day, which is obviously wrong. That's simply because there's no bid whatsoever and the ask is 205. Stupid. Anywho, what else are we looking at? Forgot about Verizon. Go ahead and take my, wrong thing. Go ahead and take my VWAP off. So take the VWAP off. Verizon and Home Depot. I meant to mention Home Depot. You can see they had a pretty decent sell-off. Slowly coming back up. Resistance around 190 it looks like. So if you did a May 18th, wow, that spread sucks. You can only do 187.50 calls or 190 calls. Your potential for profit's 41% on the 187.50. But no, I'm not gonna mess with that. VIPS is up big this morning. We're talking about maybe putting calls on that. Probably not gonna do that now. Today might be a green day. I was hoping it would be. See them Under Armour calls. So an Under Armour $19 call is only running you $38. They're already up 30% this morning themselves. Starting to get near overbought, but wow, Planet Fitness. Damn. How's Hertz doing this morning? 17.14. Dropbox trying to come back up. TTD, wow. Damn, I should have just hopped all over the Under Armour calls. They're up 15% just since I looked at them. They're up, what? $7 since I looked at them. But again, I'll wait for a pullback. Wow, Walmart up big. Holy shit. I knew I should have did that. As soon as I sold my Robinhood, sold my Under Armour puts, I was thinking about putting calls on it. And if I did, I would have made 53% already this morning. How's everybody doing? Hopefully we're live. I didn't even check to see that. Got 4 of you tuning in. Let me know if the stream is doing bad. It's showing that we're not doing too great overall. But yeah, we made a quick $20 profit off of 270.5 SPY call this morning. Looks like SPY is still kind of consolidating. I'm surprised to be honest, I'm surprised it's up that much. Actually, I'm not too surprised. Like I was saying, I thought it said 0.39%. I mentioned this in our Discord chat. I said today, I think, in all honesty, we're going to kind of go sideways, meaning we could go minus 0.1, 0.2%, or we could be up 0.1, 0.2%, 0.2%. I wouldn't be surprised either way how it goes. I'd rather it be up. Like I said, I'm so glad that we held that 270. I mentioned this over and over and over. We're going to have a pullback, but if we don't hold 270, still no confidence in the market, but we've held it. We've obviously bounced. I made my quick 12, 13% off of SPY calls in like 5 minutes, so in and out. I placed them literally right at the bell yesterday. Wow, I wish I had gotten into those Under Armour calls. They're up 67% on the day. How's it going, Tyler? Been a while. Good morning, good morning. Let's see, Costco. I don't know, in all honesty. I've kind of changed how I've been doing options lately, in all honesty. I'm doing a lot more in the money calls and puts. Or Cisco, that's what I meant. Crosco. Let's see here, so the estimate. So it's going to be after hours. I guess what I'll do is I'll probably set an alert I don't know. I don't know if I'll play earnings on this one or not. Let me see if there's any news or anything. One thing I don't like is that it's an after. I've been burned one too many times on after hours earnings, especially if the earnings are good. Obviously, a lot of them lately, when they're good earnings, they drop like a rock. What I'll probably do is like one, I'll set an alert, see if we make like a new low. And then see if it starts to. I'll just set a couple of alerts for one. That way I'll be notified at the minimum. But if anything, I'll probably wait and see how the earnings actually do, and then I might play some in the money calls or puts depending on how it turns out, how it goes. But on one day. God damn, Under Armour just keeps on running. I guess what I'll do then, it looks like we're going to make a new high now. I'm going to see how high it'll go, and then I'll probably place another in the money put. Man, that's crazy. Them calls are up $20 since I looked at them. If I would have just hopped in. Oh well. Hopefully you guys can't hear my TV. Sorry about that. I always forget about that. Right now, like I said, I just sold the call on SPY for a quick little 13% profit. I'm holding call on Hertz. Still waiting for that to unfold. I don't know how it's doing this morning. Probably about the same it's been the last fucking week. Yeah, 17.15. Also, a put on MU. You can guess how that's going. A put on Shaq. It has some crazy price action going on right now because there's literally like no bids just to ask. Which is obviously no good. I have one call on DBX, a $30 call, slightly out of the money. Actually, it looks like it's just now going in the money, which is probably why I'm pretty much close to break even now. And then just one put on MCHP. Just here, I'll show you why. We were talking about this in our. Wow, SPY is still running. Damn, if I'd have held that, I'd have been cashing in. We're talking about this morning. I mean, MU is just the only reason I'm not betting against them as a company. It's just the last. You can see, I mean, they've had a hell of a run lately with like very little pullback whatsoever. I don't know when that one expires. Let me see. Oh, that one does expire this Friday. Either way, that one it'll go either way. It's not super red or anything, but it's red right now. But we'll see what happens in between now and then. I mean, every chart shows heavily overbought. Like I said, we'll see what happens. That one and MCHP are the only ones that are looking super bad right now. DBX must be on the rise. Woo. But yeah, what I've been playing a lot lately is UAAA. I mean, it's been like clockwork. It pops up, makes a new high. Looks like it's already starting to come back down, possibly. Obviously, I don't want to get caught in the staircase upward. But it makes a new high, and then it comes back down slowly. Do I have it in my watch list? Wow, I wonder if Searchy placed them 1250 calls on AMD that were in the money. Those are up already 203%. Woo. Do I not have Under Armour in my? And then Nike too. Nike's another one we kind of play a little bit. Just the recent trend pops up near 70, 71, comes back down. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a look at how much those are. Oh, nope, I do not want to buy Nike. Absolutely not. Trade options. It could. Oh, our dividends coming up in May too. I mean, 1st of June. Damn, the price of the 70/50 puts. I was looking at it's already gone up $7 now. I'm not pushing anything though, cause like I said, I'd rather be like, damn, I wish I got in, than be like, fuck, what was I thinking? Cause these could just be pullbacks. Under Armour, Nike. Wow, I'm already at break even now. I was down $20 on Dropbox about 5 minutes ago. Now I'm up $3. Means I might want to pay attention to that really quick. Wow. And those calls are up 122% on the day. Overall, I'm only up 4%, but that's better than being down, what was it? 16? 20% turnaround. So I'm going to see was there some news or something? That was from a couple days ago. Doesn't matter. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. Let me check on our stream again. Still got 3 of you tuning in. Hopefully we all are having a good day. Today is a lot better than yesterday. I only made, $35 on closed positions yesterday. It was a pretty slow day yesterday. I played Under Armour for a quick day trade. It was like an 84% return or something like that. And we sold Planet Fitness, a call that we placed on Monday. We sold that for about 64% profit as well. So small dollar amounts, but pretty big returns at least. So now we're up $5 on Dropbox. Dropbox is having a hell of a morning. G, where's G at? Still down. Boy, Tesla, I tell you, there ain't no way I'd touch Tesla calls. Teva, that one's up pretty big. I'm assuming you all heard, or Teva, however the hell you want to pronounce it. Some more Buffett news on that one. Wow, we're up $13 on Dropbox. Say what? So we went from down 20 on Dropbox to up 13 in a matter of minutes here.
Gold Bond Neck and Chest Cream helps improve texture and increase elasticity. 97% have visibly firmer skin. Gold Bond Neck and Chest for visibly firmer skin.
What is there some news that I'm missing with Dropbox? I mean, just look at this pop here. I'm definitely gonna sell whenever. Spy still on the rise. Under Armour still. Again, I don't want to get caught with a staircasing up, is why I didn't go ahead and place a put on it. I'm sure I will at some point today. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, shit, Dropbox, man. See our current prices. 88. Let's see. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Man, what sucks is like you can't on Dropbox you have to sell it in 5.05 increments, which means a $5 increment. I'm up $18. The current price is 93. If the current price could get to 95, I could lock $20. Like the ask range, I could definitely ask 95.95 because the ask goes clear up to 1.0, but ooh, quick little drop there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and sell it. I'm not messing with any kind of resistance. So let me see. Let's see what I paid for it versus what I got out of it. I don't remember when I bought this damn thing. Was it this one? Yeah, so I ended up, oh man, I'm a dumbass. I did a market sell, so instead of getting my 15, I only got a $12 profit, but let's pull up the calculator, see what that is from a profit standpoint once again. 12 divided by, long as it says it goes in $5 increments, how the hell did I get it sold at 87.87 or whatever, 75, boom, 16% profit, and I'm glad I did that, because I mean, it definitely could just be making room to get ready to keep going up, but again, I'm not the type to hold out on anything. It's definitely a big fucking drop. Either way, we made a quick, like 30, what was that then? $32 of profit this morning for an average of about 14% profit return.
To receive your free information kit with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. Plus, when you call now,
Wow.
get this magnifier that
Jesus
saves your life
Christ.
absolutely free. When you call the experts at One Reverse Mortgage today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured.
I just love when it's a
Eliminate your monthly mortgage payments.
bullish day. I hate bear market days.
Here's the best part. You still own your home. Call now. Take control of your retirement today.
Call 800-574-6488 to get your free information kit. Call now to get a free magnifier with LED light.
Can you talk about this tremendous long-term track record? Everyone's suspicious of every gain and trusting every decline. Maybe we should be dismissive, or at least more dismissive of declines.
That's what this one, what I'll do is see if we can break out.
Good morning. Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. I'm John Quintanilla with Sarah Eisen, David Faber, Post 9 of the New York Stock Exchange. Market trying to build a rally here on some retail news.
I'm surprised actually. S&P's up a whole quarter, over a 0.25% now. Yeah, today could be a green day. I kind of thought we'd kind of be just unched, like at the most about 0.2% up. But right now we're 0.25% up. So we'll see what happens the rest of the day. How's MCHP doing today? It's pretty much unched.
The CEO of Occidental Petroleum is going to join us exclusively to talk about the future of U.S. oil production.
First up, though, a live shot here. Teachers in North Carolina are staging a walkout for higher pay and an increase in education funding. This is now the sixth state to do this in recent months. As many as 15,000 are expected to march on the state capitol today. We're going to monitor the walkout and take you live if we get any developments. Of course, Arizona, Kansas, some other states obviously have been through this already.
Yeah, protesting the budgetary state and the allotments to public school funding. We'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, stocks are higher this morning, one day after the Dow snapped its 8-day win streak with a 10-year yield hitting its highest level since 2011. From where let's bring in Bill Smead, CEO at Smead Capital Management, and Charles Rinskoy, Vice President at Ariel Investments.
Just trying to go positive.
Here to posture for higher rates and a stronger dollar within your stock portfolio.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up rates. We were thinking about this morning. We've had 35 years of declining interest rates, and a lot of people who are in the investment business have never seen an environment of rising interest rates. It has some impacts that most people don't.
Oh, shit.
Most people think.
I was wondering why I wasn't loading up.
So yes, we are taking into account what kinds of businesses do well in a rising interest rate environment, because we think it's going to happen for the next 3 or 4 years, and what kinds of businesses aren't going to do well.
So what does well, if not banks, which you're right, is conventional wisdom and theoretically makes sense because it's a higher profit margin as net interest margins go up.
Yeah, so what people don't understand is they've got funding costs, and they also have a lot of fixed rate assets. They have made a lot of fixed rate loans over the years. Those loans
The financials are down a little bit. Let's take a look at Bank of America because
when interest rates went up a lot in the late 70s, early 80s. So it's a case-by-case situation. Funding costs go up faster sometimes than they can re-lend the money at higher rates. So it's a very mixed message for banks. I'll come back to names that do well in a minute.
Okay, good. Let's hear
hell, the Nasdaq's up almost 0.5%.
this debate as rates move higher about where we are in the business cycle. Are we approaching the end? Is it peaking? You know, we're heading into almost a decade since the expansion began.
Right. So a couple of things. First off, on the higher interest rates and the banks. Let's just talk about that for a minute. The three majors that we own, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, have significantly de-emphasized their mortgage business. Right? They've allowed themselves to become a dramatically smaller part of the mortgage business the last couple of years, which will help defend against some of what Chuck mentioned on getting stuck with a bunch of low fixed rate mortgages. Secondly, this has been the most anemic economic recovery in the history of the United States coming off a deep recession. So another way to think of it, Sarah, is it didn't really start until about a year and a half ago. And what will drive the economy, and again, you know, 1 quarter, 2 quarters, you never know what's going to happen. But over 5 to 10 years, it's really hard for the largest population group to move from an average age of, say, 28, 29 to 39 and not have a pretty strong economy because your income goes way up, you have children, you spend a lot of money that you make, not by choice, but by necessity, and it's very positive. And then the second thing, tying that back to the banks have been operating without these younger folks, the 25 to 40s, being very good customers, and now they're starting to be very good customers. So again, I think you're right, though. That's one of the big things holding this market back is people are just assuming length of recovery means we got to go in the tank.
And you're saying no, the economic recovery is still on, and the banks look like a good buy, thanks in part to demographics, correct?
Second or third inning of a 9-inning game. And by the way, what you just talked about is the most important dynamic temporarily in the market, besides extreme popularity of a narrow group of names. The fear about the economy is the biggest fear at the moment that seems to be driving attitude.
So Charles, we can debate which inning we're in and whether it's the end of the economic expansion, but give us some stock picks for the changing environment. No matter what, volatility is back, interest rates are higher, the dollar is firmer, and that changes things around. So what do you do?
So you buy names that are trading for less than their intrinsic value. And the names that we love here are names like KKR. They finally did what we hoped they would do and convert to a corporate structure, and now they're going to be included in a lot of indexes which they weren't included in before. The business is spectacular, trading at less than 10 times earnings. And if you get some inflation and the value of everything goes up in nominal terms, then KKR actually gets its 20% carry, even if the increase is only in nominal terms. So KKR is one of the institutions that does well when interest rates and inflation occur. What doesn't do well are utilities, REITs, and bond substitute stocks. And there are a lot of those stocks, and they have underperformed, and they're going to keep underperforming in a rising rate environment.
Interesting you mentioned KKR. I'm glad you brought it up in the C-Corp.
How's everybody doing? We got 5 of you tuning in. Like I always say, if you're new, definitely don't be afraid to shout out any questions or anything there. And if you're into networking with a bunch of like-minded people, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. We talk about all forms of trading the stock market, options, swing trading, day trading, penny stocks, futures even, all that good stuff. So if you're into that kind of talk, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here.
As interest rates move up and the U.S. dollar shrinking. Old Warren Buffett, when the time goes out, you see who's swimming naked. Some of these countries have their own problems, like Argentina and Turkey, but their currencies have been absolutely bashed. Look at the double-digit weakness for the peso down 22%, the lira down 18%, the real down 14%. What do you advise investors who have been pouring into whether it's ETFs or some other type of emerging market exposure over the last few years on cheap money that's been out there?
Sarah, I would be disingenuous. We run a large cap value mutual fund and strategy. So we unless it has something to do with the companies we own, we're not real knowledgeable about that area. But I will say this, in a higher interest rate environment and a much stronger United States economy, people are going to be less attracted to esoteric things and things not having to do with those better earnings. Secondly, in our 8 criteria for common stock selection are free cash flow generation and strong balance sheet. And the thing that Chuck could have mentioned, and I'm sure he would if he had the chance, is that in a rising interest rate environment, the bird in the hand becomes worth a lot more than 2 of the bush. And in this declining interest rate, people have been playing on earnings somebody might make 5 or 10 years from now. So we like Amgen, we like Discovery Communication, which John Malone said on your shows in November how undervalued he thought it was. And they came
But yeah, so far we only sold 2 positions. Had a Dropbox call at 30, sold it for, I forget how much profit we said, 16% profit. And then we sold some SPY calls in the money, or not some, a SPY call that was in the money at 270.50. We sold it on the pop this morning for about 12-13% profit. Kind of got expensive right near the end of the market hour, but luckily, at least as it was dropping, so could have been more profit if I were to stuck to my plan. I said if near the end of the day it comes down near 270 and bounces, I would have got in. I didn't. I don't know if it was just because it happened so fast or what, but I just didn't. So I waited a little, and then finally hopped in. I probably could have doubled my profits if it wasn't for not trusting myself, I guess. But still, again, we're up overall about, what'd I say, close to $40 or something this morning on closed positions.
In exchange for economic trade with the United States, and that was really seen as a reference to comments made over the weekend by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who had suggested that North Korea could see sanctions relief if it decided to give up its nuclear arsenal. Now, analysts say that this about face is really straight out of the North Korea playbook, and is likely a negotiating tactic to get some concessions ahead of the summit. The tougher rhetoric also came after North Korea pulled out of talks, ministerial talks with South Korea, and also denounced the ongoing U.S.-South Korea military drills. And South Korea said that its foreign minister had a conversation with Mike Pompeo and got some reassurance that the White House is going to continue with its plans for the summit. In fact, just about an hour ago, the White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders said that we're still hopeful that the meeting will take place, but if it doesn't, we'll continue the maximum pressure campaign. Guys?
Eunice, thank you very much for that. Eunice, you big story today, obviously in Asia. Meanwhile, back home, it is official. Hedge fund manager David Tepper is buying the Carolina Panthers. In a statement, Tepper said, "I'm thrilled to have been selected to be the next owner of the Carolina Panthers. I've learned a great deal about the community and the team over the past several months."
Like it how AMD's kind of. I should have bought the calls at the bell. Like I said, I hope Searchu did. 'Cause, man, up 300% on the day. Obviously, that at the bell yesterday, but only thing I don't like is that it's already up almost 4% on the day.
I would assume, obviously, that's no longer the case because you can't own any part of a second team.
But that makes it a record high either way, right? I mean, Tillman Fertitta paid the record 2.2 for an NBA team.
Yep. And Ballmer Clippers 2.2.
Yeah, right around the same level for NBA franchises. Yeah.
I think I'd rather have an NBA team than an NFL team.
Really?
Yeah, I think it has more international appeal.
That's the sportiest thing I've ever heard you
And
say.
better speakers.
Well, she knows China and sneakers are big. That's why. That's all she's thinking about.
When we come back, shares of Macy's are way up. Retail reports earnings and sales that beat the street.
Yeah, I probably won't mess with it. Up way too much for my liking. Looking for positions to take.
Now back to the flat line here, up about 3 points. Don't go away.
Nasdaq's up about 1/4%. Apparently, the Dow just went close to red.
Having kids makes it tough to find time to do home projects like unclogging a drain or painting a room. But thankfully with HomeAdvisor, it's easy to find a local pro that I can trust because they've been background checked. I can read reviews, compare prices, and even book an appointment online. It's kind of amazing that it's completely free to use. It means I have time for more important things, like our newest little addition.
Go to homeadvisor.com now or download the free app.
At touchofmodern.com,
Still looking.
unique products you won't discover anywhere else.
The craziest product I think I've seen on Touch of Modern was a jetpack.
Touchofmodern.com, the most unique products at a fraction of the price.
Now, CNBC brings business news to Google Home.
Okay, Google, I want to talk to CNBC about the news.
In economic news,
Okay, Google, how are the markets doing?
stocks ended the day higher. Google Assistant brings CNBC home.
Getting the stock market's tremendous long-term track record, rather than being suspicious of every gain and trusting every decline, maybe we should be dismissive or at least notices of declines. Maybe get the gains a little more benefit of the doubt.
The golf ball holds the secret to a better game.
Our MACD is almost indicating that it might try to push up again. That's what I'm waiting on, really. We're just kind of consolidated right around 1945, 1950. Just waiting on some confirmation. The price of the puts haven't really moved at all. I think they've gone up $1 since I started looking at them. So
For dedication. And working till it's your best. Hats off, Stan. And we build motorcycles for people who share.
Verizon just went negative.
Holds the secret to a better game. Unlock your potential with expert guidance from the golf ball staff. And Loretta Pro with the latest apparel and accessories. Just off 63 in AC. Take a swing at the golf ball.
Fieldcrush.com.
Macy's shares are up in trade after posting that big earnings beat. Same-store sales up 4.2, handily beating expectations of a 1.4 increase. Does this mark the beginning of a new Macy's? Joining us this morning is Jan Nippon. Jay Rogers Nippon, Worldwide Enterprises CEO, joins us here at Post-Side. We've already had it.
Trending up overall.
But how impressed are you with what they've done, and can it last?
I was the most optimistic person on the street, along with Matt Boss, on this name, and I was way not optimistic enough. They really knocked the cover off the ball. To turn in those kind of store sales numbers, given what their track has been for the past 3 years, yes, they had a great fourth quarter, but now they've had a great first quarter. I also think they're going to have a great second, third, and fourth quarter of this year because they're just doing it much better than they have been doing. And I
HTZ on the rise.
to their new advertising methods that are more narrowcast than broadcast, and to much better inventory control. So yeah, I think they're doing a great job.
Some of the downgrades we've seen even in the past few days argue in part that once the comps start lapping later in the year, it gets much tougher. You don't think it's going to be that tough?
Well, I do believe May will be the best month of the year. We happen to be sitting in it, so when they release sales, they all have seen that and they're going to be happy. The compares do get tougher, so I don't think it'll be quite as strong, relatively speaking, in the back half. I don't believe that about
Damn.
Macy's, 'cause I
Should have
think
went in and placed some puts.
themselves that's making things better. But for retailing in general, I'm relatively optimistic on 2018, but 2017 was very, very good. So the year-over-year comps, as we get to the back end, they're tough. But still, the consumer's never been better. I mean, unemployment 3.9%. You know, we just saw the Atlanta Fed come out, and say 3.3% wage, 2.2% hours. That's like 5.5% income. You don't see those numbers every day.
1.1% economic growth, not
Well,
too shabby.
yes, not too shabby. So when you're getting that kind of stuff, naturally sales should be better. And
Calls are up $4 now.
They can all go to higher net
Puts, I mean, on. I'm drawing
some
that.
of that bleed into the real retail world, but we still saw what? Online up 9.6%.
So
It's definitely starting to
I guess part of your theme here. I mean, the
do
overall
same kind of thing we did
we've
yesterday.
talked about for years now, which is online will dominate. But right now, given the strength of the consumer, everybody's benefiting.
Yes, I think everybody's benefiting, but I also think the players that are winning are learning to play the game in this new age. I think Nordstrom's is winning, Macy's is winning, Kohl's is winning. I don't think Lord and Taylor's winning and Saks is
Let's
winning.
see.
I don't think
Almost identical to yesterday, in all honesty.
What are they doing that differentiates them from the
Well, they've all invested a fortune, number one, into online, right? They've been doing it for years. And I say all the time, you have to rebuild online every year. So you have to be able to put the money in, and you have to stay with it, and you have to keep reaching that customer. Those I just named are all doing that, and they've all also restructured their store base, right? They looked at it and said, we have to put things in the store that haven't been in the store before, and then we also have to reduce our footprint. So they've all made all those moves that they had to do. Those are the winners. There's plenty of losers. We're still seeing record bankruptcies this year.
Fuck.
We saw record bankruptcies last year. We're going to see record store closings again this year. We're going to see them all have falling retail traffic, even though wasn't as bad in the first quarter. It was only down 1.5% in the malls in the first quarter. It won't be down 1.5 for the year. It'll be down mid-singles, something close to that in the malls. But we're also seeing the less good malls get recharacterized, right? So it's just the changes here.
The bankruptcies, the debt maturity question, is that a specialty retailer thing? Or is it about apparel or department store? Where is that going to be affecting most?
Yes, it's apparel retailing, and it will be, Mont already declared, right? Boscov's is not a great run right now. It's been bankrupt a couple times already. I don't think we're going to see growth much at Dillard's. We're going to see melting of Dillard's. It's going to be a smaller company. They're not a big online player. But then inside the mall, what do you like inside the mall? Maybe you can like Foot Locker, maybe you can like Lululemon. Anybody else inside the mall? Not so much.
Well, restaurants, maybe. I'm just looking at
No, I'm talking about apparel kind of retailers inside the mall.
looking at the all-time highs list today, Jan. Two retailers, Nike and TJX.
I'm a big fan of Nike. I'm less of a fan of TJX. I'm a big fan of Burlington stores and Ross stores, but it is still true that Off-Price is winning market share. The TJ is so big now and so spread across that they've become a big, low-price department store, and I'm less thrilled with them. So I like the ones that are more nimble right now in Burlington and Ross if I'm going to pick in that space.
But you think it's sustainable, that Macy's changes are sustainable?
Yes, I think they're sustainable. I think the changes at Kohl's are sustainable. I think the merchants are
There we go. Quick little pop I was looking for. Yeah, make these puts a little cheaper for me. You for real didn't tell me. What a... Again, Robinhood. Options. It's free, which means you're going to get the service of a free service. Don't expect to get filled at your desired price more times than not. One of my 5 contracts went through. Are you serious? Really? I said I wanted 5. we go. I was about to get a little pissed off for a minute. Okay. Anywho. So now what I'll do is watch it. At or above, that should work. And I'll do it at or below. Say 25. Just got a little bit to go for that. One thing you can kind of see here, that's why I have SPY and Under Armour side by side. Apparently I should have waited just a little longer. You can almost see that Under Armour and SPY almost kind of go hand in hand. Not that they're correlated at all, it's just, I mean, at least pay attention to it at the minimum. I mean, it's not 100% identical, obviously, but pretty damn close on today's chart. So yeah, we went ahead and purchased 5 in the money puts. They were pretty much dead on break even right now. I placed them when it was at like 1939 or 1950 or 40, something like that. So yeah, we're a little bit break even right now. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, haven't checked on our stream. We got 4 of you tuning in. Hopefully you all are having a good morning. Like I always say, if you got any questions or ticker symbols or anything like that, this is the place to do that. And if you're into, again, networking with a bunch of like-minded people, we go live every single morning for those of you that are new and wondering. So if you're just into tuning into like live streams and whatnot of the stock market or anything like that, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here, of course. I don't like tell you how to trade, what to trade, anything like that. It's just, again, we're just a group of like-minded people looking to make money, of course. So we talk about everything too, from options to penny stocks from time to time, swing trading, day trading. Any way to make money in the stock market is what we're all about at the end of the day. Wow, Walmart has earnings tomorrow, so See, when is that? Yeah, that's pre-market too, so that'll be interesting. That could either prop the Dow up a little tomorrow or bring it down. It'll be interesting to see. I think the earnings will be good, so one would assume bring it up, but we'll see. I'm pretty surprised that's pushing up this much going into it though. People are still buying Shake Shack at this price, huh? Ain't no fucking way. So we're up $10, aka 5.25% on the Under Armour puts, which would equal $2 per each. Not a big deal or anything. Make that $3. Assuming that's starting to do its thing, little something. Surprise, surprise. Dow. SPY slightly down a little as well. We shall see. Now I need to turn my air down up a little bit. Always turn my air down when I go to sleep because I hate being warm when I go to bed. But then I always forget to turn it back up. Hertz is trying to come on back. Still down a little in that position. Come on, stop trying to dead cat.
It does well overall, but it is not too well for education. It also hurts the quality of life. Runs the social issues of state as well. But that 32nd place for education is crucial. Because remember, the big battleground around the states now is workforce. And education feeds into that. And they know that. We talked to the House Speaker, who will be hearing from later today, Republicans, who talked about the balance between competitiveness.
Verizon might be one that I'll play like this afternoon. That way I won't be tempted to day trade it. Because again, like I said, I'm trying to limit those day trades. That way, obviously I won't have to worry about it. I had one day trade yesterday, also on Under Armour. Kind of torn on whether I'm going to day trade it or not. We'll see how it goes today.
Donald Trump Jr. told the Senate Judiciary Committee that he couldn't remember whether he had discussed the Russia investigation with his father. That's according to transcripts of his interview with the panel last year. The committee releasing
And I mean, the thing with the whole day trade thing, yes, it's annoying as hell. But if you think about it, 3 day trades, if you pick one position, say the Under Armour position, for example, and you make 100% profit in one day, why would you not go ahead and just lock that profit, give up a day trade, you get what I'm saying, and then 1, not have to trade as often, and 2, you're bringing in some profit. Now, I'm not saying put your whole account or anything into that one position or anything, because I mean, obviously there's always that chance that you could be wrong, and then you're going to lose your ass, and then hate trading, yada, yada, yada. But just don't be afraid to use those day trades either, is what I'm saying. Like, if you're up 50+% and it looks like it's getting ready to reverse on you, get that profit. Remember the day trade. I always write my day trades down, and then how's it going, Aunt G? As it rolls off, like I had one last Tuesday, I wrote it down, and as soon as it rolled off my rolling 5 days, I scratch it, and then I put the one from yesterday in, and then when that rolls off next Tuesday, I'll scratch it, and say if I for some reason decide to day trade Under Armour again today, might not. Like I said, it's kind of setting up like yesterday. So like I said, I might not. Who's to say? But if I happen to do so, I'll write it down. When it rolls off, scratch it. Just keep on. Just keep up with it. That way you don't have to worry about running into the whole PDT bullshit. Hopefully you guys are having a good morning. We covered the SPY call that I placed yesterday in the money call. It was a 270.50 in the money call. We sold it for, how much profit did I say? Like 12-13%. Wasn't a lot of profit, but went ahead and locked it on the pop. And so I mean, that was literally like first 5-10 minutes of market open. So can't really complain too much there. And then we also locked in, which one was it? We locked in the DBX profit. It went from -20 to up at one point, $15-$20 on us. We only locked a $12 profit on it, but it was still 16% profit. So overall, we've only made about $30-$40 on the day. But yeah, it's good stuff. No, I didn't. We were talking about AMD earlier. I did place puts on Under Armour though on this pop, but man, yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I was like, I wonder if Sergio ended up pulling the trigger or not on that. If so, he's probably a happy camper right about now. But no, missed out on it. I was thinking about getting in on it whenever it started to go back up, but something told me not to. It's kind of stalling out right around 13. 13 seems to be a pretty strong resistance right now, but it's definitely made room for itself to continue on up. But I didn't. But like I said, I did go ahead and place some Under Armour puts, which Under Armour just keeps on trying to bounce. But as we can see, it keeps failing each time. This is the biggest bounce actually it's had recently. But yeah, AMD, man, I wish I caught it on the rise. Because once I seen it here, I probably would have went ahead and jumped in and rode that puppy up. And then once it started having resistance, I would have sold off. But I was so involved with closing that SPY position for the $20, whatever it was, $22, however much profit. I was so busy with making sure I locked that in at the perfect time. You can see that one just went right at open. So definitely want to, wow, it's still going up too. Damn, we're up 1/3% right now. But yeah, it's just having a hard time right now. Yeet.
Meanwhile, watching oil, producers could be facing a rough road in the next few years as costs for oil transportation rises.
I wouldn't touch HEAR person. I know that it's been actively trending up still, but man, I just can't get past the fact that we were trading this one at $4 a share just a week or two ago. I mean, it could definitely keep on going up. I mean, it just keeps having these huge staircases on up. But if so, you definitely have to have a stomach for it, because I mean, it drops pretty hard too. So I mean, you see it's at $19.93, back down to like $18, $17.50, back up to $18.24 now. I mean, you definitely have to have a stomach for it, and you got to keep in mind that's probably going to take up one of your day trades too. If you just, If I remember, I searched you have 2 accounts now too, but me personally, too expensive, way too volatile for my liking. I'll sit, watch, and kind of just laugh at its profits or whatever that people are bringing in or whatever.
So you've got excess capacity when others are struggling. That's right. If we look at the Permian Basin, and here's Steve Chazen, your former CEO, recently gave some comments to the effect of the growth rate in the Permian can't continue at this pace.
Man, though, the fact that we held 270 and it looks like we're going to is a very good sign for the market overall. Because we were so close multiple times yesterday, and every time we got close, bam, bounce, bam, bounce. And late yesterday afternoon, again, 270.03, boom, bounced. So the fact that we seem to have held it, good stuff. Save your money for options. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only thing that I'll always preach is whenever you're buying options, like buying calls, buying puts, whatever, is to buy very close to, if not in the money. Like my Under Armour, even though it's kind of down right now, it looks like, because Under Armour's trying to dead cat bounce again. I bought it in the money. It was a 1950 call, or put, a 1950 put. So that one was in the money, obviously, because it's below 1950 already. Pretty much, you have a higher chance on profit. Your losses are going to be a lot smaller than they would be if you were doing out of the money, if it doesn't go the way you expect. Your profits can obviously be more if you're on the right side of the market when it comes to it going up or down. But I just don't like the risk. I got burned way too many times. It's even called long shot options trading is what it's referred to as, because it's a long shot from profitability. So just know to stick towards in the money, a little more expensive, but still, I just showed, I locked 16% really quick this morning. I locked 12-13% quickly this morning. I've made about $40 already this morning, like $32-$40, something like that. And I might even consider putting another SPY call at some point. I want to watch it pull back. I'm really starting to have more confidence that today is going to be a green day. So when it decides to pull back again, I might go ahead and hop in with a SPY call, depending on how expensive exactly it is. So like right now, I'm only down, let's see, what would that be? About $5 per put on Under Armour, even though it's not going the way I want it to at all. Like, yeah, it sucks that it's down a little, but if I were to have done it out of the money, that $5 would probably be more like down 10 or something right now. So again, it's just something to keep in mind. It's a lot more easier to sleep at night, and two, I've done more. That's what I'm looking for. Since I've started doing the in the money, there hasn't been any red actually. And as soon as I go out of the money, that's when it goes red. At least for me, for what's been going on with my account. Because when you're doing out of the money, you pretty much have to be right on which way it goes, how quick you plan on it going there, etc., etc. Like, you have to be right. And then obviously selling options is definitely the safe route if you're looking into that. But that's obviously that's for the margin accounts and whatnot. See what I was saying earlier about SPY and Under Armour? Again, they're not like correlated or anything. It's just funny to watch how they each popped this morning, pulled back. looking at these calls, May 18th calls on the SPY.
They can return cash to shareholders, keep that dividend safe. Remember how many, wasn't too long ago, we were talking about these dividends at risk with some of these
Without
oils.
a doubt. No, and the Permian, of course, is the key, and they sort of, as she said, divested a number of assets in other places that were not having those kinds of return metrics.
Well, wonder stocks gone from 64 to 84 in just over a month. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, nice to hear from Brian said. We went a long time without hearing from Oxy on TV.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to start to hear these CEOs more now. Energy is taking a leadership spot in this market. Meantime, Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff this morning speaking out about regulating Facebook. Here's what he said on CBS this morning.
In some ways, you could say Facebook has really become the new cigarettes in our industry. That is, it's a technology that is, yeah, it's addictive. It may not be that great for you, and it might be something that you might want to go back to. So maybe this is a time where the government has to step in and regulate.
I thought that was pretty harsh. He called Facebook.
Oh, and then also, I don't know if Search you still watching. I meant to mention this. I keep mentioning this book. As you can see now, I'm starting to like use little tabs. It's just easier for me to like go back and refer to things and whatnot when I like forget an idea or something. This book, Understanding Options, like I said, it actually retails for $21, but you can find it on Amazon for like $14. I placed the like cheapest one I could find with good reviews. It's not like a bootleg version or anything. In the description, I mean, it's McGraw-Hill Education published. This book, I'm on, chapter 5 already now? Yeah, I just rolled over to chapter 5. That's the thing, too, is these chapters go really quick. It's dumbed down, like, to the point where literally you could teach a teenager, like 14-year-old or something, how to trade options with this book. It's just really, it literally takes you through the history of options, everything. It just makes everything overall from selling covered calls, selling naked calls, puts, whatever. It just dumbs everything down for you where it's a lot easier to understand. This book helped me realize that in the money is the way to go when it comes to buying calls and puts. I mean, there's still that risk whenever you're buying options versus selling, but at least you're limiting that risk a little bit.
Investments on mutual funds. It may be time to graduate. If you have more than $500,000 in investable assets,
But yeah, that book is
always better options than mutual
really good.
improve tax efficiency and are cheaper and more specifically customized. Mutual funds are a perfectly fine way for beginning investors, but Fisher Investments can give you ideas to help you for who you are now. Call now for your free report. 5 pitfalls of
SPY's definitely staircasing up lately.
best-selling author and legendary money manager Ken Fisher. Call now. 1-800-972-4411. Fisher Investments can help you with the process of graduating to a better future. Call for your free report. 5 pitfalls of mutual funds. You'll learn about their disadvantages.
So like right now, another thing that I would do with SPY once I get my margin account is,
You can achieve your
like, say I went out to May 21st, sell the puts at, let's say I sold puts at 270. They only run you $75 and you have a 76% chance of profit. Whereas even if you do a in the money call, since it's like going up right now, if you did an in the money call, which would be at say $271.50, it runs you $133, so almost double the price, and your chance for profit is 36%. So like we were talking about yesterday, your potential for profit is literally doubled by selling puts instead of buying, and those are in the money puts, obviously. Selling, or no, I think these ones were, I meant out of the money. Selling out of the money, see, that's where it can get confusing or whatever, like the terminology. Selling out of the money put versus in the money call, you're literally doubling your profit, over doubling by a couple percent your profit, while also not having to put up as much capital up front. You have to have collateral, which is why it won't let me like submit the trades, because your loss potential is damn, markets are going up overall right now. I'm probably not doing good on that Under Armour right now. But what was I gonna say? How is everything doing? Wow, everything's kind of running up right now, isn't it? Still hasn't reached a new high, but yeah. I mean, I'm just so ready to start like selling calls and puts instead of buying, just because makes it a lot easier to sleep at night. I mean, purchasing in the money calls and puts is obviously a little more, I wouldn't say easier or anything. I mean, like right now I'm down still $30 on Under Armour calls, but it'd be a lot more if I had done like a further out of the money. Again, it's one of those things where like you can watch as many videos as you want, you can read as many books as you want, but until you actually start kind of playing around, not necessarily submitting your buys or anything, but playing around with like on the actual Robinhood platform or Tastyworks or whatever platform you use, playing around with it, seeing the prices and everything, potential for profit, and then obviously submitting a few trades and just letting it play out and see what happens. It's like driving a car essentially. See how much some SPY calls are up since I was looking at them. The in the money calls. So I was looking at what the 270.50 in the money. It's up. It's actually not up a whole lot since I looked at it. It's only up about $5, which is now $6, which is like only up about I think 3 or 4% since I looked at it. Oh shit. Ooh, I bet my Under Armour ain't looking too good right now. What the fuck? It'll come back down. That's the only thing I was worried about. I saw Nike. You see how Nike kind of started to dip, kind of like Under Armour did, and then started going back up. I seen that. That's why I kept going back and forth between Nike and Under Armour. Not that they're like correlated whatsoever, but it was setting up almost identically, at least on the 1 day, 1 minute. Should have went with my gut there apparently, but it'll come back down at some point. Everything's going up right now, it looks like. I mean, SPY's trying to crack 272. Verizon just went positive. Nike is obviously positive. Under Armour obviously super positive. DBX making new highs. Walmart trying to crack 86. I mean, the markets are having a hell of a morning, that's for sure. XOP is unched now, where it was negative for a little bit. And UAN's even trying to go positive, even though it's not. And then HTZ's obviously even trying to run up. So I need that one to go up quite a bit more, though. Whoa, lordy. 271.50. Yeah, SPY. The closer you get to expiration, the options are super volatile. Like the calls, 270.50 calls were just at 1.43. Now they're back down to 1.37, which means I'm assuming SPY has came off a little. Yeah, there's a pretty strong resistance now at 272, but it slowly dropped all the way back down from where I just seen it. So the more toward like the week or less options, like May 18th, that's like 2 days obviously, those are more geared towards people that can day trade. That's where, again, like I was saying, if you can find quality options that are like day trades that can get you a quick 20+% profit, then why not go ahead and do that? Because at least to me, I mean, if I can lock 20% in a day, I mean, a lot of people's goals, wow, we just had a huge little sell-off, not sell-off, but pullback here. See, like those 271.50s dropped all the way to 1.25 just then, where they were just at 1.43. So he dropped $18 in, what, 3 minutes? It's nuts. And now it's back up to 1 point. I mean, yeah, they're just super volatile for sure. But, like I was saying, I mean, if you can lock 20% on a 1 day, why would you not go ahead and lock that versus trying to hold it and potentially losing that profit? A lot of people, hell, for their account goal for the week, they love to do 20% profit, and you have the chance to do that. I mean, obviously, you're not using your whole account on one specific option, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, you're getting a lot of your profit in one trade versus having to do all these multiple trades throughout the week, stressing yourself out, all that good stuff. Wow, fucking Under Armour. Why the fuck is that thing running up? That's a bunch of bullshit.
Voting in the shareholder meeting today with this battle of the board settled, at least for the moment, Elena Wynn got what she wanted. We know that
Stupidly overbought. We'll see what happens though. It's only gonna go so high.
Bob Miller, and so that means that this now 8-member board is 50-50 men and women. CEO Matt Maddox has been very consistent in clearing what he calls.
But yeah, really quickly, if you guys have any ticker symbols, questions, or anything like that, definitely shoot them out in the chat there. I'm gonna grab another water bottle really quickly and probably go ahead and take a little whiz, and I'll be right back in about a minute, guys. Like I said, shoot them questions out or anything right now. Looks like we're definitely pulling back right now. But, yeah, I'll be right back.
What she told me on Monday is that they will stay in sync with the Massachusetts Gaming Commission's investigation as well, but will release some portion of that report when it's made public or when they come to their conclusion. We were also told that Elaine Wynn may be given slightly more time given her status as the largest shareholder of this company. And when she talks, we're going to be watching for indicators here about what battles she's prepared to take on next, guys.
Contessa, thank you. Huge story. Obviously, we're tracking closely. Glad you're here. Our Contessa Brewer in Vegas. When we come back, a lot more on Amazon's Whole Foods discount as they institute some price cuts. Dow's up 16. Squawk Alley starts in a couple of minutes.
Real-time exchange sector service sponsored by Sector Spider ETFs. Visit them on the web at sectorspiders.com.
Some trends are so influential they can move entire sectors of the market. Take demographics. Our aging population can impact the performance of all healthcare companies, but selecting precisely which companies will benefit can be challenging. The Healthcare Sector Spider ETF offers the diversification of the entire healthcare sector while minimizing your single stock exposure. The Healthcare Sector Spider, the next chapter in investing. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risk, targets, and expenses. Go to sectorspiders.com for prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully.
AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence covering virtually every part of your manufacturing business. And so this won't happen. Because you've made sure this sensor and this machine are integrated. And she can talk to him. And yes, some people assign genders to machines. And you can be sure you won't have any problems, except for the daily theft of your data. AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence. It can do so much for your business, the list goes on and on. That's the power of and. And this shipment will be... Welcome Holiday Inn. Wait, I have something for you. Every stay is a special stay at Holiday Inn. Save up to 15% when you book early at holidayinn.com.
Consistency reaps rewards. Time and time again. Columbia Threadneedle Investments. Your success, our priority.
I love my grandma.
As you grow older, your brain naturally begins to change, which may cause trouble with recall.
Learning from him is great when I can keep up.
Thankfully, Prevagen helps your brain and improves memory.
Does have all the answers.
Prevagen is now the #1 selling brain health
Whew, here we go.
Good morning, it's 8 a.m. at Amazon headquarters in Seattle, 11 a.m. on Wall Street. It's Squawk Out.
Oh shoot. Let's see what's going on here. Stupid price action on Shaq. SPY coming in off the high still. Let's see, save money for options. Need some guidance. Do what, Luis?
John Ford, their co-signer of the New York Stock Exchange. A lot to get to this morning. Dow's at 14. Tech stocks are coming off their worst day since April, as you know, dragged down by the likes of Alphabet and Amazon. As we learn more about how the hedge funds are playing bang in the first quarter.
Oh, Facebook's down 0.5% this morning.
We just closed two funds to expand investments in blockchain and robotics. Can't wait to hear about that. And our senior markets commentator Mike Santoli's here at Post 9.
Man, what the hell is still going on with Under Armour?
And the degree to which tech is moving on semis or something beyond that. Semis are alpha, yeah.
Stupidly overbought.
Yesterday, big tech was an underperformer, and I actually took heart in the fact that
Dumb.
down day, big tech was managing down to why? Because it's almost the definition of profit taking. It's the outperformer month to date, year to date, multiple years to date. So that kind of just tells you literally it's being used as a source of funds and not something like a Bankonomics signal. Even though yields was kind of the catalyst, I do think that that's most of the dynamic now. Eric, if we look at a little bigger picture,
Slow action today. Yeah. I mean, we've locked in about $40 of profit from a SPY call. Luckily, we did it when we did. Looks like we're trying to wipe it all out with the Under Armour put that I placed. The only reason I placed it was it obviously looked like it was staircasing down. And I was actually up $15, believe it or not, briefly on that. And then obviously started shooting back up. Obviously, it's stupidly overbought. Will pull back pretty hard soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it does it by afternoon, but we shall see. SPY is dropping like a rock currently. I'm actually gonna take a look here. Luis, you've been playing SPY too lately, haven't you? If I remember right, I thought you mentioned something about that yesterday. I played it late afternoon yesterday, locked in just 13% profit today, but man, the 270.5 calls, when I looked at them earlier, they jumped up to like 1.47? Is that what I mentioned earlier? Somewhere around 1.5. Now they're all the way down to they just went up to 1.21. They were at 1.19 when I was getting ready to mention something. That's all I trade. Yeah, I mean, I'm really thinking about it because it's volatile. I mean, it's not super volatile. I mean, it is super volatile, especially the closer you get to expiration, obviously. I'm looking at May 18th right now, so that's 2 days till expiration. But, yeah, I mean, made a quick 13% overnight. I'm trying to limit my day trades, of course. That's why I like to do most of my buying in the afternoon. That way I'm less tempted to trade. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm less tempted to, like, make a move or something. Especially when I have something like Under Armour happen where I was just up about 7% and now I'm down pretty big because it has this random ass unnecessary pop. I mean, overall, though, Under Armour's been a pretty good play. I've only lost money on it one time I've played it, about 6 times just since I started doing options a couple weeks ago. But, yeah, I mean, I kind of mentioned that this morning in the Discord chat. I said I would not be surprised if today's kind of a sideways day with the SPY. If we see it end up by the end of the day minus 1 to 0.2%, or if we see it up 1 to 0.2%. So, I mean, it's definitely kind of playing out exactly. I mean, I didn't expect it to try to push 272 in all honesty. And we got really close. It's definitely pretty strong resistance. but we're definitely coming back down off that high. I'm gonna be interested to see here as we get closer to the SML on the 1 day if we're gonna kind of bounce or if we're gonna continue to just keep staircasing on down. The fact that we held 270 though is a very, very good sign, at least for the time being, for the markets overall. S&P's at 27.15.5, so which, like we were saying, pretty much goes hand in hand with SPY. 27, close to 15. Like I kind of say, rule of thumb that I've kind of noticed with SPY is SPY and S&P is just multiply SPY times 10 and you'll get close to what the S&P 500 is. Just something I've kind of noticed. It's not 100%, but you can get a pretty close idea. HTZ came off highs. DVX, wow, pushed all the way up to 30.87. That was another one we locked some profits on. We went from down 20 to up like 20 within a matter of minutes. Went ahead and locked the profits. It pulled back. We locked profits on the next push up. Probably could have made a little more, but I don't regret selling it off when I did. It was like at 30.70, so it wouldn't have been too much more. But we had 16% profit.
CNBC has reported that according to a source, about 75% of Whole Foods shoppers are already Prime members, but less than 20% of Prime members are Whole Foods shoppers. So if Amazon wants to be a bigger player in the $800 billion grocery market, it can start by enticing.
It's like this 271.50 in the money call is up like $5 in the last couple minutes. Obviously, we've had a few green candles here, but I mean, what would that be? I mean, this would be a small profit, of course. I already have my calculator pulled up. Let's say you just locked that profit alone. 5 divided by 119. It's going to be a small profit. But I mean, 4%, I mean, you can see where, again, once you get past that PDT minimum, the 25K, I mean, you could literally, with a volatile market like this, with SPY, I mean, you could just have a heyday on options. Calls and puts too. Even you could just literally hedge them back and forth. Just make money on the way up, make money on the way down. I mean, I can't wait till I have 25,000. You say bull flag on SPY on the 15. Talking about 1 day with a 15-minute time frame, or what chart is that? 5 day, 15. I need to get rid of that from yesterday. Or just remove that. I'm assuming you might be talking about 5 day 15. That's another thing I need to improve on is I generally speaking go just 1 day, 5 day, 10. I know a lot of people get into like the 15 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and even 1 day. I was like, God damn, 1 day. But I know I like how the chart's setting up on just the 1 day, 1 minute alone. Let's see where So I had the call I had this morning that I sold was a 270.50 call. What's funny is it's literally right where I sold it essentially this morning. I sold it for 185. It's only at 186. It just went to 187. Obviously, if SPY goes up, it'll go up, but shows I at least locked in some decent profit on it. I bet it did come up here to. I bet it was pushing 200 for a minute, but it's $14. I'm not gonna risk my $20 profit, $21 profit, whatever it was, over 10, 15 bucks. What I do like is it's kind of consolidating above this SMA, but $274. That'd be a hell of a fucking pop. Another $250 on top of about 50 cents. We're already up. $3 up. I mean, we saw what, $2 up here. How long ago was that? It wasn't that long ago, if I remember right. I don't think it was 10 day. What day was it we had where it went up? Was it this day right here? We went up from lows. From the low, it went up. Apparently, went up 5.5 from the low that day. But it's not a realm of possibility, that's for sure. But I mean, if it could close above 272, that'd be awesome. You can see 272 is a pretty strong resistance right now. Got a pretty little drop here. The 271.50 calls now as cheap as 117. We seen it at 140. What did I say? 146 earlier, something like that. You definitely don't want to get caught staircasing down. Wow, Dropbox still pushing. Which doesn't necessarily mean, but I bet you Under Armour still pushing. Sure the fuck is. I shouldn't have did the May 18th put. I should have did May 25th. I'm optimistic. Yeah, I mean, I'm overall, since like I said, since we held above 270, knocking on wood that we do this afternoon. Since we held above 270 overall, I mean, that's a very, very, very good sign for the market overall, especially like for SPY specifically. But it's interesting. Apple's up 113. I almost placed a call, in the money call, like 186 on Apple this morning, but I didn't. Like, I was thinking about it. Or was it yesterday? No, it was this morning. Yeah. I was going to place it in the money call, but I didn't do it. Really, the May 21st calls aren't that expensive either. A May 21st 272 is 115, which is pretty much what the 271.50 currently is. On the May 18th, and you're buying yourself a few more days.
Welcome back to Squawk Alley. Got a news alert here on Fox. Julia Boorstin has some breaking news. Julia?
Carl, Fox announcing its leadership for the new Fox. Deliver the assets of 20% new Fox that are not selling to Disney. Lachlan Murdoch will serve as chairman and CEO of the company. Rupert Murdoch will serve as co-chairman, and CFO John Mallon will take on a broader role as new Fox's chief.
MACD shows that we're pretty oversold, but RSI still at 40. we could potentially test 271. Look for that to be the next support level, since it was a pretty strong resistance yesterday and after hours and pre-market this morning. We could test 271 before going on back up. Possibly. Doesn't mean that's going to happen, but we could. Make a video of what I look at when I'm deciding to pull the trigger. Well, pretty much, I mean, it's almost like when it comes to simply buying a stock, it's just looking at overall, like I was just mentioning, support and resistance levels. 272 looking like a resistance right now, at least today for the SPY. 271 should be a support, since that was a pretty strong resistance the last day. So that's what I'm kind of waiting on right now more than anything. But then also, I'm looking to see if it'll break the SMA on my 1-day chart. I mean, I look at a various amount of things, and it's never the same, like step by step by step necessarily. Obviously, it kind of changes per stock, per news, etc., etc. But generally speaking, I like to overall just look at resistances versus supports, and then kind of see just the overall direction that it's moving. And on my minute chart, as you can see, it's still kind of staircasing down of late. That's why I was saying I think we could retest 271 before going up again, up like any further than 272. But we'll see. But yeah, as for options, rule of thumb, obviously, don't buy a call when it's up. Wait for it to pull back. If anything, place a put, write it down, sell your put, then buy a call. But then obviously those are day trades at that point, so you gotta be careful with those. But generally speaking, yeah, I mean, I'll try to think. I never really thought about like how I actually do it in my head step by step. I never thought about like how I actually do it step by step. Like I said, I'm sure it's different based on each situation, but I'll have to think about like start writing down whenever I make moves like off the camera or whatever, just like writing down my thoughts on each one or whatever. I'll try to get that up sometime here within the next week, maybe. Like I said, when it comes to Greeks, though, the only one I really pay attention to the most is Theta, and then obviously I look at my implied volatility. Like right now, with implied volatility being so low, that's why I'm looking at still buying calls on SPY. Implied volatility is literally below 15%. And that is crazy low. If you're wondering, with implied volatility, you're wanting to buy options, meaning like puts or calls, whenever implied volatility is low, because you'll make money as implied volatility goes up. Whereas when implied volatility is high, you generally want to sell options because you make money as implied volatility comes down. And like I said, with Theta, I always like to just look at, that's obviously like how much money you lose per day that you don't reach whatever your price is. Like right now, the Theta for the May 18th call is minus 0.30. It's not horrible, but it's not low by any means either. Obviously, there's all the other ones like Delta, Vega, Gamma, all that, but most important things is Theta, implied volatility, and then obviously your percent chance of profit is obviously your most important one, but I mean, they're all important to a certain degree, but it's one of those things where you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Like, take baby steps. Learn how implied volatility works, which I just pretty much explained right here. Learn how Theta works, since they're two of the most important ones. And then percent chance of profit, how we learned that selling options is obviously a lot less risk than buying options. Just slowly taking, oh man, I keep burping. Just slowly taking steps. Because if you try to learn everything at once, you're going to do what I did, misinterpret a few things, then boom, you'll start losing money. And you don't want that. So just what's the saying? You gotta crawl before you walk, walk before you run.
So here you see lead growth vectors that should take some of the slack away as smartphone cycles get elongated and go forward.
All right. That's good intelligence, Amit. Thanks. Let me try and answer your obviously. Shares of GameStop were flat after a surge this morning on the news that Tiger sent a letter to the company calling for a turnaround plan. Leslie Picker wrote this story and joins us now with the latest on a busy day for 13S. Hey, Leslie.
Thank you indeed, Carl. Shares of GameStop rallied as much as 15%.
Damn.
As you mentioned,
Apparently GameStop popped up 15% at one point. Now it's back down minus 0.6%.
as you know that often entails and valuations determine whether a company should sell some or even all of the business. In a letter written by portfolio manager Crawford Hawkins, Tiger pushed GameStop to reiterate its commitment to stop what it calls dilutive and destructive acquisitions. The firm also insinuated that GameStop should buy back more stock, noting that their decision to pay down debt sent the wrong message to shareholders about confidence in the company. Before today, GameStop shares have declined about 45% over the last year as amid a management upheaval. On Friday, GameStop announced that its CEO Michael Mueller resigned abruptly after only 3 months on the job. Within days of Mueller's appointment in February, the company fired 2 top-ranking executives, including the COO. Now, that leadership turnover was a key focus of Tiger's letter, which emphasized the lack of confidence that investors have as a result. Now, these types of letters are common among activist investors. We talk about them all the time, but they're rare for the 3-decade-old Tiger management led by Julian Robertson. However, the firm noted that they intend to remain a passive shareholder, and they have no intention of actually becoming an activist investor running a proxy slate, etc. They said if GameStop fails to implement a turnaround plan, they'll simply sell their shares and redeploy their capital elsewhere to other opportunity sets. Leslie, thank you for that. Leslie Picker at HQ. When we return, why airlines across the globe are experiencing a pilot shortage. More on what companies are doing to compete and what it means for the price of your next flight. More Squawk Alley after this.
The sun comes up, the sun goes down. You run those miles, squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom, and floss to set a good example.
I can run here.
Fine-tune a proposal, change the water jump, someone else has to. Get home for dinner, and feed the cat. You did a million things for your family today. But speaking to PNC to help handle all your investments was a very important 911. PNC, make today the day.
Hopefully you all are having a good morning. Well, we got 8 of you tuning in. Sorry I kind of blanked out there for about a minute. But hopefully you all are having a good morning so far. Like I said, if we have anyone new here and you're wondering if like we do this every day or anything, yes we do. And usually we're a little bit more active. So I mean, if you have any more questions or any ticker symbols or anything, just shoot them out there in the chat. And yes, like I was saying, we go live every single morning for stock market trading, at least usually through the lunch hour. Sometimes I try to go like through the whole day. It's just lately I've been packing a lot. I don't know if you guys can like see just all the boxes, and just we sold our couch yesterday. We're getting ready to move to Dallas, and it's just been crazy. So I mean, I have stuff to do. So I mean, I can't always trade live or whatever all day, but we usually go at least through the lunch hour here. So I mean, if you're into networking with a bunch of like-minded people, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. And we also have a Discord chat that one thing about me, everything's totally free, so don't bother asking if I sell courses, anything like that, because no, absolutely not. I don't believe in selling courses just because I personally have been scammed once or twice a couple years back whenever I was young, naive, and dumb. Would spend money on anything to try to make money, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start a legit just YouTube channel community, since that's what YouTube's for anyways, is to build communities. Wow, 3M's going down like a rock. But, big red candle. What was I saying? Wow. But yeah, I'm just here more to build a community, again, of like-minded people that are all about trying to make money by any way, shape, or form. You can go back and look in my video history. I started out selling books on Amazon, reselling on eBay. I sold like shirt designs and whatnot on Shopify, or Shopify, Teespring, merch by Amazon, all that. Any way to make a dime on the internet essentially is what we're all about. So, and thrifting, love thrifting as well. So we'd love to have you here, and the Discord chat is in the description box if you'd like to join the group. I go live in the voice chat or whatever, usually at least 15 to 30 minutes before market open most days. Looks like we might break RSMA on the one day here. And since we only have about like 20 members in there right now, it's really easy to like reach me in there and like get some one-on-one contact or whatever. So, wow, these calls have dropped like $20 in the last couple minutes. Wow, we're about to, like I said, we might test 271 again before having a good solid bounce. I mean, we might bounce here back up to look for it to have a resistance now, right around 271.40, since that was where our support kind of was here lately. But I think we're definitely going to retest 271 before bouncing, which at that point I might consider hopping in, playing a call for maybe possibly a quick. Man, I don't want to do a day trade again, but might have to. Again, if the profit's worth it, use that day trade. I mean, you get 3 a week, so why not go ahead and use it, right? And Under Armour's definitely not looking like a day trade now. So, I've only had 1 day trade in the last rolling 5 days, so not a big deal. I mean, yeah, if it were to like reach its recent where it was at earlier when we were looking at it up here, we could definitely see a $40 profit potential there, which for that would be roughly 30% profit, 30-40% profit. So again, I would not hesitate to do a day trade there if it looks like a good play. I'm not going to force it. Obviously, if it keeps on trending down, if we go below 271, then I'm not going to touch it for a while. I'm going to just wait it out, see how the rest of the day goes, then possibly play it again in afternoon. That way it won't use a day trade, and then I could flip it possibly again tomorrow morning, similar to this morning. But again, none of us are fortune tellers. We'll see what happens. Not yet. Like I was just saying, I think we're gonna retest 271. Doesn't mean I'm 100% right on that, but it's looking that way. We're obviously turning down of late. If we happen to go below 271, like I said, I'll just kind of wait and see how the afternoon goes. If we bounce at or above 271 and say we start coming back up, then I might at that point. Again, it just depends how low we do go. But this call, the 271.50 call, has already dropped almost, actually I think literally about $40 right now is what it's down since I've started looking at it. This 271.50 May 18th call. This thing is definitely volatile. SPY, S&P 500 is still at 227.12, so it's come off a couple points. But overall, it's still up roughly about 0.1%, I think. You can see kind of what we see here, just a very quick. It's kind of hard to draw it on the trend line, but just a quick little decline. Like I said, we might retest 271.40. Look for that to be the next resistance, since it was a pretty strong support for a few minutes. Actually, overall, I think it's been a support most of the morning, so we might push up to there. But I definitely look for it to come on down to around 271. Like I said, I mean, it could bounce here if it pushes through 271.40 and stays above it, pulls back and goes on back up, then we could definitely be breaking out and going on up to 272. But I think we're still due to come down to around 271. But like I said, could be wrong. we'll see what happens as we approach the 271.40.
State-regulated betting on sports. Now, let's talk about emerging market currencies. A big story over the past couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it overall. Like I said, I don't see it. 271 was our resistance. Now it's going to be a support. As long as we stay at or above it, I'm not too worried overall. I'm just looking for a good entry point, of course. The call that I'm looking at getting in has dropped like $40 just since I've started watching it. So that's why I have not taken the position yet.
Government intervening as the stronger dollar weighs on a lot of these emerging market currencies, guys. A big story. Thank you, Seema Modi. Well, coming up, Macy's on pace for its best.
What's your expiration dates on your, like, how far out do you usually go, Luis? Do you do like weekly, or do you sometimes play the 2-day or whatever, 2 or 3 day calls? Do you do monthlies, or which ones do you like? Here we go. Are we gonna break it and hold above it? Seeing the price has only gone up $7 in this little run up here. That's why I'm not. See, we just got rejected. So, playing out almost like I'm expecting. But, like I said, we'll see. Oh, you trade the futures. Whew. Futures is a little bit outside my game. I've been sleeping all morning. I like that. Man, I hate commercials that have music. It's so annoying. Turn the radio on if I want to hear that shit. Be right back. Alright, man. Cool. Let's see. SPXL is up about 0.4% too this morning. Yeah, see, now 271.40 is going to be a pretty heavy resist. I mean, it's not going to be like stupid strong where it's like impossible to break through, obviously, but you're definitely going to see old supports become what? New resistances. And you can see that even though we had dropped, 240 had been a pretty good support for us. Now you can expect what? For it to be a resistance. So I'll look for it to possibly get rejected here. Again, come on down a little further. Like I said, maybe test 271. Hopefully bounce at or above 271, which at that point, then I would obviously consider getting in and playing a call option. Dropbox, yeah, it's still hanging in there. See, we're trying. Just keep my SPY handy.
Meeting of the Arab League getting underway in Cairo following the killings of Palestinian protesters in Gaza. On Monday, 57 Palestinians.
I still think we're going to get rejected, but we'll see. RSI's kind of medium on it. MACD's got us a green arrow at least. We'll see.
Thank you, Sue Herrera, back at HQ. Macy's surging on the heels of its strong earnings on pace for its
Uh-oh, search you got screenshot. Did he place a call?
first beat and raise since 2011. Shares
Got that SPY call already?
on Macy's
See which one you got, the 271. So yeah, you're looking about like mine. Got the or you're on 271. The one I'm looking at is 271.50. That's why it's It's slightly out of the money right now, so that's why it's like 30, 35 bucks cheaper. But the reason why I'm looking at the 271.50 is because obviously what I want it to do is obviously bounce at some point here. Like I keep saying, I think we're gonna get rejected here a couple times at 271.40. Maybe come down as low as 271, bounce, and then hopefully go on up again and retest that 272. Because if it retests 272, those 271, if we come back down, say to just 271.10, you're probably looking at a price of about $105 for that SPY call. And if it comes up this afternoon, say up near 272 again, you're going to be looking at roughly 40 on the low end, $40 of profit. So you're looking at a 40% return possibility or more potentially. Potentially, keyword doesn't mean it's going to happen. Looks like we're trying to bust through right now. See what happens. And even though we're running here, I'm still not going to chase just because something, I don't know, there's something telling me that I should not be getting in right now. I'll just wait on it. Like I always said, I'd rather be like, damn, I should have got in, than be like, shoot, what was I thinking? How much is it again? Right now it's at 112. When we started looking at it, it was at 147. So it's came down $35. So I mean, and that when we started looking at it, if I recall, it was like, if I remember right, it was right in here, not this first drop. It was like right in here. So I mean, even if we just come back up to 271.70 near 271.80, you're still looking at, again, that $30 to $40 profit potential. But again, see, just because we got above 271.40 doesn't mean that we're through it. Again, I'll just wait. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll wait till this afternoon and maybe place a late afternoon call or maybe put. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I doubt a put. In all honesty, like I said, I'm starting to become a little more bullish on this market since we held above 270 yesterday. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, if worse comes to worse, I might just wait till this afternoon to do anything with this. That way, for one, I'll be a lot less tempted to burn another day trade this week. And two, there's something about placing my calls or puts in the afternoon that it gives me something to look forward to tomorrow. I guess I'll put it that way. Like me and Josh were talking yesterday afternoon on the Discord voice chat, and I was like, man, I'm ready for tomorrow. I was like, shit. And sure enough, we made like 13% profit, 13% profit off that. First 5-10 minutes of market open. That's what I like too about placing the calls or puts like near the end of the day is trying to push up here. Is it's like you're almost making money overnight when you're not even doing anything. I mean, you're not. You can lose money too, but it's just kind of cool to be able to hop on here first thing in the morning, close some positions, close a quick 13 to 20% profit. Boom, if you wanted to, depending on how much money you used. Wow, a little pop here. I mean, you could really be done for the day if you really wanted to, but. So the calls have gone up about $10 since the recent low. But again, we've seen this before. Had a good little, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-minute run. Then we saw a pretty big pullback. Right now we're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll see what happens, but. XOP's now positive on the day.
New world of retail is brick and mortar and digital. But I don't think that it's Amazon the end all be all, and I don't think it's the death of retail that for the last couple of years, that really was the primary storyline here.
Matthew, thank you for joining us. Matthew Boss of JP Morgan.
Thanks.
Now back to D.C. as U.S.-China trade rhetoric remains in the spotlight. President Trump speaking again this morning about DTE. Taylor Fauci is there with the latest. Taylor.
Hey, John, the president is on the defense about his potential concessions to DTE after 30
Implied volatility is now at 14.26% on SPY. The theta is down to minus 0.29 now, which really is not too bad for a May 18th call.
pertains to the larger trade deal. He goes on to say we have not seen China's demand.
Your potential for profit on the 271.5 call is pretty much 35%,
Delegation will have an opportunity to share
which doesn't sound good, but I mean it's better than
beginning
a lot.
day trip. Here on Capitol Hill this afternoon, meeting with members of the Ways and Means Committee, and then later meeting with Senator Orrin Hatch, who chairs the Senate Finance Committee. There's a group of 15 of them from China, led by who is being called the Special Envoy, Leo He, and we will see what they say in those meetings and what they communicate about what exactly
10-year yield is up to 3.089.
this delegation or what the agenda for the talks later on this week will be. We do know that there is also a group of U.S. executives as part of a U.S.-China business dialogue that are currently on the ground in Beijing. Among those executives is a licensing executive from Qualcomm. Interesting development considering that perhaps the approval of a Qualcomm merger with NXP is going to be on the table. We'll see what we get. Back to you.
Right, technical situation there. Taylor, thank you. And coming out over $1 million of fine wine stolen and escaped to Italy and appeared in court this morning like Goldman Sachs president David Solomon is looking for a new personal assistant. Let's walk out after this.
Only we grasp the unending possibility.
Yeah, just off recent trends, I might even wait until afternoon to try to play this.
Only we can conjure magic. Move mountains. And make the impossible possible. Every day. Only NetJets.
You know what no one wants? No one wants to run out of money in the middle of their retirement. The fact is, running out of money when you're old is brutal. You can plan your way through that carefully, and if you don't know how to do that, which most people don't, you need some kind of help with that planning. Fisher Investments can help you with the ideas,
So confusing. Oh, I know how you feel for sure. This whole market is a little like, whew. You definitely have to play your cards right. I mean, like Under Armour. Thought I had a good thing going when it started to dip. Waited for some confirmation of a dip. Bought in. I was up $15, $20. I was like, okay, gonna be a repeat yesterday. Gonna slowly keep going down. And then what'd it do? Pop. Which could be a good thing temporarily because it might keep me obviously from day trading it, but we shall see.
Running a business means I can't waste time, especially when I'm hiring. I used to pour over resumes, but now I post my jobs on Indeed. There's
Oh man.
people need qualifications I need, like 5 years experience. All saving me time that I can put back into running my business. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Learn how screening questions can save you time when you post your job on Indeed.
Your company is constantly evolving, and the decisions you make have far-reaching implications. The right relationship with a corporate bank who understands your industry and your world can help you make well-informed choices and stay ahead of opportunities. PNC brings you the resources of one of the nation's largest banks and a local approach with a focus on customized insights.
Right now, I'm just now getting ready to go green. As long as Under Armour can eventually go green, I'll finally have gone green. It's TTD is the one that's still holding me down. That was another one that I just misplaced, and that was also when I was still doing out of the money calls. I'm still getting rid, believe it or not, I'm still getting rid of options that I placed when I first started whenever I was doing out of the money calls and puts. And this was out of the money put, so you can guess why that one's down so much. But as long as Under Armour can go green, and obviously future trades keep being green. Obviously, I mean, as long as you have a 7 out of 8 out of 10 ratio, you're not going to do too bad. Obviously, maximize the profits, minimize the loss, yada, yada, yada. But this in the money is doing far better than when I was doing out of the money at the beginning. But yeah. And then, like I said, once I get my margin account here any day now, we'll start selling options a lot more than buying. At least we'll kind of experiment with it. Like, we'll sell a couple that have a high % chance on profit. We'll kind of just see how they do. Obviously, still do the due diligence. Make sure you're doing it the right way. Like, selling a put when you're thinking it's going to go up. Sell a call when you're thinking it's going to go down. See what happens there. But, yeah, I'm anxious to see how it's going to look when we start actually selling versus buying options. I mean, you can't beat the potential for profit. I mean, there's some that are 90+%, whereas like the highest that I've seen for buying calls, buying puts, generally speaking, that are affordable, the highest I've seen so far is about 42%. So, I mean, like I said, your chance for profit literally doubles all the way around on selling versus buying options.
When 10-year yields are around 3.2%, 3.25, I think you're going to find a lot of buyers coming in. So I don't see this rise in
Under Armour must be pulling back some now.
I see this as a reflection of better economic data, and I do agree with you that there are going to be willing buyers, and it becomes a diversifier. Fixed income becomes a big diversifier at these levels of yield.
Excellent.
Damn, Spy.
Your thoughts on the fixed income space. Can't wait for you to join us again as we talk more about the yield curve and can the Fed fit 2 more tightenings without inverting the curve. Thank you, Jim. Carl Quintanilla, back to you.
Great stuff, Rick, especially on a day like today. Now, Rick Santelli. Meanwhile, the personal assistant to Goldman's David Solomon is scheduled to appear in court today after allegedly stealing more than $1 million worth of fine wines from Solomon's rare collection. Our Aditi Roy has been following that story from the beginning and joins us with more. What to expect today? Hi, Aditi.
Hi there, Carl. He once worked for one of the most powerful men in the banking world, but today Nicholas DeMeyer will come face to face with a federal judge. Investigators say DeMeyer, who was the personal assistant to Goldman Sachs president and chief operating officer David Solomon, duped the bank executive. Authorities say DeMeyer stole $1.2 million worth of fine wines from Solomon between 2014 and 2000.
So we're on almost a half hour consistently of pushing up. See how high she goes. I mean, definitely, like I said, for people that can, like, day trade or have some big lump sums of money. I mean, not even big lump sum. Like, let's say you're trading with a few thousand and you want to put, say, $1,000 towards SPY, which on the, for our example, the 271.50 calls that were pretty much at $105. So you, let's say you bought 5 calls. 5 calls, you make $40 in half an hour times 5 calls. That's $200. I mean, that's just nuts. So, like, again, that's what we're talking about. Why would you not go ahead and burn a day trade when you could possibly make like $200 worth of profit in half an hour. I mean, it's just, at least to me, it seems like a no-brainer. I mean, it's not like that $200 is a small profit either. That's like 30-40% profit there. So, and the same thing with puts. You could turn around, assuming that again it drops. You could buy puts right now, probably a little cheaper. Ride them down, make your money. Yeah, I want to be able to day trade so bad. And then obviously another thing you could do to be able to have more day trades is set up multiple accounts or whatever, multiple options accounts, but then you're still kind of limiting yourself a little because I guess it depends on how you look at it. I mean, you could have, say you had again the $5,000, you could do 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000, do like 4 or 5 accounts or something. But I personally wouldn't do that because again, it's harder to keep up with your stuff whenever you have that many accounts. But I'm sure there's people that do it. Me personally, I would just do the whole couple $100, couple options, and if I can start making, like I was talking, who was I talking to yesterday? My brother and my girlfriend. I was like, well, I only made $35 today, and now like this morning I made $35-ish on closed positions, $30 to $40. And I was like, well, I mean, hell, you're making a consistent $30, $40 a day. That's better than losing $30 or $40 a day, which is damn near what I was doing for a little while. So, like I said, right here, I'm kind of going, damn, I should have got in. But, like I said, I'd rather say, damn, I should have got in versus, shit, what was I thinking? Because let's see how much these SPY calls are up right now. If I were to have got in. Trade options. The 271.50. It actually has not came up that much, believe it or not. The 271.50 has only came up $22. And now this came up $23, $24 since we've talked. So it's actually not come up all that much. So yeah, that one hasn't came up that much, but I don't know how much the 272s come up. It says overall it's up 18%, 18 and a quarter.
That's right, Morgan. So one of the big reasons why a lot of people wanted this to get legalized is because of all that state and local and federal tax money.
Or at the money, yeah, at the money. I kept saying in the money, at the money. But now it's in the money, isn't it? Yeah. But start price. Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I was referring to. I know I said in the money. I think I meant at the money. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's just, I mean, you can't beat it. I'm assuming that's probably what Aunt G might have done just now. I mean, I think again it's gonna pull back. I can go ahead and delete this. Actually, I'll probably keep it there just for reference, in case if it drops back below that. Definitely breaking out right now of the recent, like, 2-hour trend. Now, what do I want to see now that we broke out above it? Obviously, my trend line's not like 100% or anything, but for generally speaking, I want to see a bounce next time at or above roughly 271.50 whenever it pulls back. I'd like to see it bounce at or above that. I think actually right above like 271.55 is what I'm thinking whenever it pulls back again. And then if we do that, we could definitely see 272 plus on the day, but we'll see. Which again, I would kind of play around with my calls to see which one I'd want to go with for the potential for profit, but we shall see. But man, I've like ran through this water, so I need to use the bathroom again. It's only been like an hour and I need to use the bathroom again. I need to slow down on the water. Still got 7 of you tuning in. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Happy, was it now Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. Hopefully you guys are staying green out there. Yeah, if we have anyone new tuning in and you're wondering, yes, we do this every single morning, at least usually through the lunch hour. Like I said, I'm getting ready to move and whatnot, which is why lately I've been stopping right around lunch hour because I have to pack and get a whole bunch of stuff going. I'm selling my car. I was supposed to sell it yesterday, but something happened with his loan where he has to get the money today instead of yesterday. So he's going to come get the car this evening. I sold my car. We sold our couch yesterday. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. But once we get down to Texas and get settled in and everything here in the next month, I think is how long it'll take for us to get settled, I'll start going live for like majority of the day again, hopefully. I'll definitely keep you guys posted. But yeah, for those of you that are new, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. And don't be shy about asking any questions or shouting out any ticker symbols you'd like us to break down here. We're just a network of like-minded people. Here's what we're all about at the end of the day. We're all here to make money. So if you're into that, like I said, definitely consider hitting us up. And we have a free Discord chat as well. You can check that out. One of the first links in the description box. About 20 of us in there right now, so it's fun stuff. Everything with me is always free. I will never charge for a single thing. I know I've had people from time to time ask me if I sell courses. I'm like, for what? I haven't even proven to myself yet that I'm a great trader, so why the hell would I even attempt to try to like teach people? So no, absolutely not. And I don't plan on it either, by the way. One thing though, you see here, it might just be another staircase forming, but if in fact we're starting to pull back here, you can see the highs continue to get lower. Well, this high is obviously a little higher than last. Whatever. Like I said, could be a staircase forming here, but my bad thing is I think too much. I miss out on opportunities just from thinking too much. I'm sure we've all done that though. But yeah, really quickly, I'm just going to run up to the bathroom here, kind of while we're yo-yoing back and forth, plus or minus 10, 20 cents. I'll run upstairs really quickly and take my little quick bathroom break. And I'll be right back if you guys have any questions. Oh. How's it going on, John Paul? Oh, man, I don't want to mispronounce your last name. Let me try. Esperanti? Is that an Italian name? But how's it going? Have I bought any crypto yet? Actually, yeah, from time to time. Wow, we had a good little pump here. From time to time, actually, on Robinhood Crypto, I'll play around with, like, what's it called? Ethereum or whatever the hell the name of it is. Ethereum? I can't ever pronounce it. Ethereum or whatever. I've played that one a little bit. I see it's down a lot, especially, wow, it's down almost 20% the last 24 hours. But, oh wow, I said it right. Good, go me. But I see it's down a lot the last day or so. Down 6% the last week. But last week I played it a little, like in the afternoons. Usually after hours, since I don't have Robinhood Gold yet. What I'll do is sometimes I'll play around with like $100 in it. I might make a quick few dollars and get out of it. I'll kind of just keep an eye on it throughout the evening. Make a few dollars, again, just for every dollar adds up over time. But overall, I don't own any like Bitcoin or anything like that, though. Do not. But I'm definitely not against Bitcoin or anything whatsoever. I actually like Bitcoin overall, but yeah, it's not too bad. I do think long-term Bitcoin, crypto overall. I always say Bitcoin when I'm referring to like crypto. I mean to say crypto. I think long-term crypto is it's definitely gonna change the entire landscape of our world. But as for now, I've kind of just been like kind of hitting it a little bit here and there, just for some pocket change, essentially, just to add a little bit of money to my account more than anything. Ethereum. To buy 100 shares of SPY cost you more than 20,000. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I love about options. I mean, you can literally make more money from a percentage standpoint, and you're having to use a lot less money up front. Man, I wish I got in on those calls now on that dip. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll see where it's at this afternoon probably. But yeah, exactly, Luis. That's what I preach on when it comes to options. Because like even people in my family, like they've heard a lot of them. They don't necessarily they invest in the stock market, but they're not like super hip, I guess, on the stock market or anything. And they're like, you do options? I mean, isn't that risky as hell, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it can be risky if you don't know what you're doing. Like, when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I had some good beginner's luck. Then I hit a brick wall of bam, 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 just loss after loss for a little bit. Found out what I was doing was known as long shot options. We might test 272 here. Was known as long shot options, which is obviously a big no-no. And that's why I started to lose time after time for a little bit. And now that I'm doing more closer to at the money, in the money, I'm having a lot more success. I mean, like Under Armour right now, I'm down a little bit on that one. Just because, I mean, that was just, I mean, whatever. But overall, that's actually the first one that's been, since I've been doing at the money, in the money, that's the first one that has actually gone red. It's usually gone nothing but positive. But are we getting rejected again? Or did we actually hit 272 today? I just love options though. It's how much have those calls went up? Just for so the 271.50 call alone has gone up $30 as of now. I don't know how much. I didn't pay attention to the 272. All I know is it's up now 25%, where it was just up, like what I say, 16 or 17% just a few minutes ago. Wow. But yeah, like I said, I'll just kind of wait. I'm not gonna. I'd rather. I mean, look, it's starting to show signs of overbought again, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, like I said, I want to see it now hold at or above at least 271.50 personally whenever it pulls back again. But we'll see what happens. But man, yeah, really quickly, I got to use the bathroom. I'm about to like piss my pants. I'll be right back. If you have any questions or tickers, definitely throw them out there, and I'll be sure to get at them as soon as I get back.
Some of these other sectors that work after we digest all these negatives that are out there. The wall of wood has been rebuilt one pillar at a time. You have higher rates, you have higher oil prices, you have trade threats, you have a White House tweets continually. I think that all that macro news starts to fade in the background, and the fundamentals of this market are still broadly intact. And if we were to wake up tomorrow and see rates in 350, I'd be worried because we wouldn't have a chance to digest that. However,
they moved, they had a nice jump, right? They touched base. Let's just call it 310 today. I mean, we're close enough. At least we got there. The question is, Pete, you haven't thought that rates rising would be that big of an issue. Yeah, right. Why?
Still about velocity, because the velocity of the move. Other than that, I'm not as concerned about it. And I will disagree with one thing. Hiding in tech? Absolutely not. You look at the fundamentals. Kevin talked about looking at balance sheets. Look at the balance sheets in tech. Look at the balance sheets and the growth that you see in the chips. Go to some of those names, whether it's an Apple, whether it's a Micron, whether it's Intel. You look across, and yes, but it's not for hiding reasons. It's because these guys are growing and they produce every quarter, and the cash flows and the balance sheets for the most part are absolutely pristine. Why haven't investors then stepped out anywhere else? I agree with you. Tech's a fundamentally sound story. Well, they've rotated, Rob. They've rotated, but those rotations have been very, very light. When they've gone to healthcare, they've gone there a little bit. For a period of time, they've come right back. But they've not really left tech. They've not left. That was my point. Yeah, that was my point.
Doc, how do you see it?
Well, I don't think it's the same as the taper tantrum of 2013. I don't think we're seeing the same group of investors that fled the market in droves at that time, Steve Gleason. When we saw that, when we saw people worried that all of a sudden they were misreading what the Fed was saying, I
Okay. So we have not hardly moved one bit. Holy shit. As soon as I say that, what we do? Man, why did I not place that call? Shit.
as far as something that could happen. And again, well, what Joe said yesterday, it's
271.50 call.
being at the
Shot up $50.
because maybe that's not transferable. Maybe
Wow.
for crude oil and so forth. And if that
That is nuts.
could be that moderation that the Fed doesn't have to fight against that.
Man, I don't know.
Holy fuck.
One of the biggest risks.
I ain't placing shit now, dude. Fuck that. I mean, I know it's gonna pull back, but shit. What a miss. That had to have been a huge buyer come in. I didn't pay attention to the price action, but holy hell. I mean, it'll pull back again. I'll have a chance again, but good lord. S&P is now at 27.23, up about 0.5%. Dow is up still about 0.25%, only up 58. Nasdaq is up over 0.6%. Nasdaq's been doing good as of late. Going to 274. Hey, we were talking about that earlier. It could. I mean, it's still gonna pull back at some point, but that's crazy.
Welcome back. Goodbye to the new normal. This is the normal. What I see in higher interest rates and what I see in the dollar is a step that's symptomatic towards the regular normal. If you told me growth was going to be 3%,
Man, come on, Hurts.
handle on the 10-year 10 years ago, I said, big deal. Right? And if I told you there was a massive differential between European interest rates and American interest rates, and you told me the dollar strengthened, I'd say tell me something new. In all of these regards, at current levels, with the
It's up $1.20 right now.
I do not see a huge deal in terms of being predictive or ultimately causing economic outcomes, but more symptomatic and emblematic of the underlying economy.
I don't know if we're at the point where we're making a choice right now between bonds or stocks paying a dividend yield. First of all, companies that are leading the market higher like Amazon, they don't even pay a dividend. Secondarily, you're not factoring in what's the better alternative for the investor.
That's nuts. Up $52.
Capital gains, which is versus ordinary income, which is what the dividend.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I don't necessarily agree that we are at that point right now. I do think the point is that the more you get a competitive view of bonds versus
Right now, instead of looking at the 271.50 is at 157, so it's literally up about $52 since I was considering placing it back when it was at 105, and now it's at 158. So yeah, it's only up over $50. So it's up essentially close to what? I don't know what that means. That's up from a percentage standpoint. Is that 105, 108, somewhere in there? It says it's only up 42.73% on the day, though, so I don't get how. I guess it depends on where it started the day. I guess it could have technically been red or whatever. Either way, though, up $50 from where I was looking at it in a matter of like half an hour here. Now the one that I'm looking at placing is a 272 call. That one is currently at 122. 47%. So yeah, pretty close. I won't bitch about that. But yeah, it looks like we're definitely pulling back here. So what I want to see is, for one, hold above 272. That'd be awesome. But man, I want to get it. The implied volatility is now under 14%. Theta is down to minus 0.28. Buy buy 10 contracts. I wish I had the money for that. I only have enough buying power for about 2 right now, I think. I don't even know if I have enough money. Yeah, I have just enough money for like 2 right this moment. But yeah, I definitely, man, I love SPY. I see how people make a living off of trading SPY now. Because, I mean, all you got to do, you don't even have to, I mean, you could still, obviously selling options is still a safer route than buying. But, I mean, you could buy 5, even just 5 contracts. Say I bought those 5 contracts back when it was at $105, made $50 profit times 5 is $250 profit off one trade. That's wild.
For whatever reason they're getting there, for good, bad, or indifferent reasons, does the stock market ultimately have a problem? Is the absent leading up to this show is the doomsday, so to speak, scenario for stocks if rates and the dollar keep rising together?
The pace of growth has to equate to the pace of rates.
The 10-year, they keep talking about the 10-year, but 10 years at 3.083 now, still rising. I mean, still down a little on the day, but it's still rising. And as it's rising, SPY is still going. I mean, markets overall, not just SPY, but markets are still going up. Yeah. Puts and calls. Like, honestly, we pretty much called it. We didn't call directly that yesterday was going to be a red day, but we had a pretty good idea that yesterday was going to be a red day. Like, we knew essentially that a red day was coming within a 2-day frame. We figured it was either going to be today or yesterday. We talked about it in Discord. It was like, we're up. The markets are up 5 to 8 days. Like, S&P is like 5 or 6 days. Dow was up 8 days. Pretty much over a week of consistent green. It's like we're due for a red day. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And that's why, I mean, we had a red day yesterday. We were down, about 1% at one point. I mean, that's a good, healthy pull. You need that. You need a good pullback to keep on going forward. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah. Yeah, well, the 10-year bond, though, it was back down to like 3.069 or something when I looked at it earlier this morning. It's back up to like 3.081 or 3.083, 3.083 last I looked, somewhere around there. But, yeah. Apparently Trump's talking about North Korea. Be careful here. This could cause a little bit of havoc. These damn reporters are ridiculous. You just keep saying, we'll see what happens. Wasn't much there.
President Trump saying we'll have to see if the North Korea summit is still on. That is in reference to a threat last evening by the North Koreans to perhaps pull out of that summit or at least to cancel it. So,
see, I just don't like bonds personally. I know a lot of people do, but I don't like bonds. TLT moves with the bond market. I don't know, there's something about bonds I just don't generally like too much.
dynamic that we got in the Oval Office these days. What we think we heard there is the president saying we'll see what happens in terms of North Korea. And then also after Kim is bluffing, according to reporters who were in the room there, he replied, we'll see what happens to that. The president not willing to show his cards here. And the problem when you talk to White House officials in terms of what's going on in North Korea is that the U.S. simply doesn't have all that much information about how the North Korean regime is making its decisions.
Markets are kind of stalled a little. Are we? Oh yeah, we're lunch hour now. I was wondering, how are we doing? We still got 7 of you tuning in. It's awesome. I know last couple days we haven't had too many people in here, but we got 7 or 8 of you looks like currently. So welcome to anyone that's new. If you're wondering, if for those of you that are new, I don't know if we have anyone new in here right now. We got 7 of you in here. Definitely don't be afraid to shout something out there. But for anyone that's new, we do go live every single morning for stock market trading, at least through the lunch hour. So if you're into networking with a bunch of like-minded people, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. We'd love to have you here for sure. Interesting.
I think you could say walk over the last couple of weeks to that June date may in fact be a bit more bumpy in the absolute lead up.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh shoot, kind of kicking myself for that one.
You'll walk away from the table, you say you're going to come back to the table, but only under certain conditions. So the White House will have been expecting some of this behavior from the North Koreans. They will expect that the North Koreans will try to extract some demands from their side from all this. And it's never been clear whether the North Koreans were actually moving toward full denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, which is what the White House has said their ultimate goal is. So the White House has never really known whether the North Koreans were in fact serious about denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, or whether they were simply engaging in talks about it to see whether they could get some other carrots delivered their way. So you heard the president say, we'll see, and it's a very fluid situation.
And Jaffers are always our eyes, and today more importantly than ever our ears at the White House. Boys, Damon, thanks so much. Thank you, Jaffers, over there as well. Well, Macy's is hitting its highest level in more than a year today. Don Chu at our news desk with that story. Hey, Don.
All right, so Scott, shares of Macy's are far and away the best performers in the S&P 500 today. Now, that's after the retailer posted better than expected profits and sales. They also said sales growth at established store locations. That came in above
Yeah, it did.
estimates as
I think the 10-year did too. That's what I was mentioning earlier.
3 of its main operating divisions. We're talking Macy's, Bloomingdale's, and the Blue Mercury spa side of things. Better international tourism also helped that cause as well, and that helped Macy's boost its full-year profit forecast. Those shares, again, over 52-week high at this point, but still less than half of back in July of 2015 when Dime was a $73 stock. You can see right now just shy of 33 today. Back over to
And a big deal here, Don. Thanks so much. Well, Liz Dunn is a retail analyst and the founder of Proforma. She's here with us on set today. It's good to see you. Is this an individual story, or is this something more broad that we should be focusing on and celebrating?
Right, I think it's both. So Macy's numbers are great, but if you back up and look at all of the department stores, we're expecting positive comps out of all of the department stores, which is, quite a turn of events over the last several years. But I think Macy's specifically has done a lot to clean up its store base, add better products, and they're working on experience, they're working on convenience.
Check.
The numbers today.
Do you think it's a true turn, or have we
The-
lowered our expectations?
Are you saying 3-minute TLT chart?
Anything that looks somewhat rosy?
Or
I think
are you saying 3-month
comps, better growth
for
than
options?
expected, better SG&A than expected, and the raising guidance. So it's, just in the absolute a good result.
See.
But I do think expectations are low. People have kind of left this company for dead. I was at a conference last week where somebody said Macy's is not going to turn it around. They're going to be on the wrong side of history. And I think a lot of people think that these results would.
Let me see here.
What is sell
Yeah.
on Macy's?
Oh, 3-minute. Okay.
Very thorough report. I think that
Let me
the reality is
get
it's
back
difficult
down
to get
right
Macy's
here.
done. Even walking into the stores, it's difficult to get excited about the store. But if you think about the tenants of retail, value, convenience, assortment, and experience, Macy's is working on all of those with their various efforts, the acquisitions they're making, backstage, and their
Meaning one day, I assume.
a lot, and it's starting to show.
Who else do you think's getting it?
I think Kohl's is doing a lot right into the quarter. It's a little bit tricky because they're more of a weather play than others, but I think if if reports can be believed about the results that they're seeing out of the Amazon returns, it looks like an 8+ point bump that they're seeing in traffic. So it's really about driving traffic to stores, and these department stores are looking to do anything they can incrementally to drive traffic and the right kind of qualified traffic, the right sort of traffic.
You think the next, say,
Were you thinking with this one?
days fully change the narrative around retail stocks?
You think it's gonna reverse, or we're just gonna keep staircasing down?
Unemployment is low, wages are on the rise, they're feeling okay about the economy and, their trading experiences for things maybe, but the consumer is in good shape. They want to buy things. Do they want to buy things from these retailers?
Liz, when you say the consumer is in a good
Oh, it was a nice short. yeah, no doubt. I might actually want to add that just for to play puts. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Might want to add that to my watch list just so
Economic activity that is a very strong positive for the consumer. So the number one thing that's driving consumer spending is employment and wages, and I think those are
nice. Nice little pullback. Calls have now dropped about $7 for the 272 calls. Again, I want to see how far it can pull back. I honestly want to see it stay above 272, but I'd like to see it test it like 272.05 or something, for example.
They're not going to zero tomorrow. They're going to zero later. That is a really lousy growth metric.
Home Depot's down again today. I honestly expected them to have a green day today, so that's a little surprising.
They're not calling for this type of growth for the balance of the year, but their initiatives, Backstage is adding a real lift to stores. They've got the Story acquisition, which should help them get a little bit more of that experiential thing, right? They're adding product with the nursery and other licensed departments, and so they're kind of working on all the levers. And I know it's not exciting, and I personally don't enjoy shopping at Macy's, but if they can drive one incremental trip from someone like me, someone like you, or I think it's a positive. I agree that Home Depot is a much better stock, and the 4.4 yesterday was disappointing, but I think for Macy's, for people who call
I also want to see the RSI continue to chillax a little. Still at 56.
Critical for retail people spending on experiences. That's still the way we're going. We're not in the midst of getting back to tried and true retailing, apparel, things like that.
Well, I mean, experiential is kind of expanding, right? People are cataloging everything they do via social media, and so if Macy's can kind of create some of the magic that something like Story had, where people begin to Instagram it, begin to capture it as part of their daily experience that they want to communicate to the rest of the world, that's magic right there.
Liz, what about Urban Outfitters? Stock $17 August last year. It's up 23, $24 from there. Trading to up 3.5% today. Seemingly doing just about everything right.
Yeah.
XOP's up decently.
From the younger crowd, but still has just zoomed to the upside. Is this one that you would ever consider, or not even on the consideration?
The specialty retailers are
Oh, we still got 7 of you in here. Hopefully you all are hopefully you guys are having a good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. It's lunch hour right now. Explains a little bit of yo-yo action we got going on currently.
outpace returns on equity. So that's my concern there. But you're right, they've done a lot right. And if you look at their penetration of e-commerce, it's better than most of the other specialty retailers, but that comes with a trade-off of operating margin.
What should we expect next time?
Oh, shoot.
Restock, a shift, and all the different things that they have been doing to tweak things, and absolutely the money that they're spending to actually do to the stores, 300+ stores this year. What should we expect this quarter?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of the problem with Target is this heavy investment cycle, and is it paying off yet? I think we're still at the point where we're going to see a little bit of margin contraction ahead of us, and that makes it difficult to step in. But I think particularly with where the stock is, I think For a lot of these companies, though, we've seen that these investments pay off a lot quicker than the companies anticipate, and so, like, you know, for Walmart, it's beginning to turn, for Macy's, it's beginning to turn, and so I think the point where you start to see the investments pay off for them is maybe the point to step in, but there's a lot of heavy lifting in there.
Let's finish on Walmart, and I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, I was mentioning that this morning too. That I was thinking about putting calls on Apple this morning before the bell went. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just like with Spy. Shoulda.
Unfortunately, really about one metric this quarter, which is can they drive the online business back up over 30% growth? The industry was looking for 30% growth, 40% for the year, and they disappointed last quarter.
Yeah, stock's down 13% year to date.
Yeah, so I think that there's going to be an intense focus on that metric, and I'm not sure they.
Hell, every time I think that Spy should pull back a little more, it just keeps going, nope.
It's really just all about that one metric. The company is kind of trying to balance growth and profitability.
That's good. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Liz Dungeon, the founder of Proforma. Here's what else is coming up on the halftime report.
Next today, the big call on Chipotle Mexican Grill. No more about it. This call is now
Bruh.
aggressive on the street. See how high the U.S. Baker stock can go. Before the break, our data partners at Kim Show on what happens after the U.S. government puts new sanctions on Iran, as it did yesterday. A week later, oil is up more than 1.5%. For more, go to cnbc.com/Kim Show. The halftime report with Scott Butler and the Raiders. It's got 2 minutes.
On the flip side, if you wanted to do a 272.50 put for a quick play, that's $114.
Let's begin. Yes or no? Do you want the
Probably
same
would not
commissions
do
as
that.
Plus web and tab them? Do you want $4.95 commissions for stocks, 50-cent options contracts, $1.50 futures contracts, or a dedicated service team of trading specialists?
Wow.
Did you say yes? Good. And it's time for Powered E-Trade, the platform price and service that gives you the edge you need.
Again, still missed out on a little bit of profit.
Twirling the cards. E-Trade.
Yeah, little bratty ass dog. It's her dog. What is it? A Maltipoo? He doesn't even look like a Maltipoo. He looks like a midget golden retriever. Literally about this big. Man, I just keep on not pulling the trigger, and Spy just keeps on leaving me behind. Literally, the 272 call was at 118. It's at 132 now. And I'm thinking about buying 2, so I've been up $28. The dog. I showed the dog the other day. He keeps on. What do you want? Let me see here. Let me get my streaming thing pulled up. That way I can see. Yeah, let's see here. Oop, maybe if I can get the cord on. Yeah, he's weird whenever he wants to go outside. But yeah, he's a brat. Let me get my camera ready. There we go. We're back. What, do you need to go outside? But yeah, shoot, Spy's up I knew whenever it got below 120, I should have just got in. That was probably my dick. My dick? What the hell? Wow, that was a total blooper. That was a miss. Total dick. I don't know where I got that from. Must have been. Think about when my girlfriend called me a dick this morning because I told him that he was a brat for pissing in the house. That was my total dick. That's blooper of the year right there. Yeah, camera shy. You camera shy or what? You still mad that you got spanking this morning?
Welcome back to Halftime. I'm Leslie Picker. We just heard back from GameStop in response to a letter that the hedge fund Tiger Management
Freaking
sent
slip.
the hedge fund is urging the company to explore strategic options, including a sale of part
Man, I am dumb for not getting in that though.
from GameStop just
You might be right about that 274 at this rate. I mean, every time I keep thinking, surely it's not going to go too much higher. It's like, okay, we'll give you a little pullback, fucker. Nope, just kidding. We're going to keep on going. I'm going to let him out really quickly so he doesn't have a reason to go piss. He's at the doors. Come on, let's go outside.
Chipotle has run up more than 50% thus far this year, but August for certain doesn't see the rally ending anytime soon. It's not crazy. $540. That's how high or cheap we made it a call in a day. What do you guys think of this? Stock's $200.
Oh, jeez. I come back, SPY's at 273. I better be right on the SPY trader. Hell, I might be man, dude, this thing just keeps on fucking going. Literally, I would have made $20 a call if I did $21 a call if I just got in. How much are those 271.50s now? Dude, they are up almost $80 a call. Oh, man. That's nuts. We're up 20%. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's what I made this morning. Well, no. It wasn't 20. It was 12, almost 13% on the ones I sold this morning. I honestly thought that it was just going to be one of those run-ups that we had before. Like I said, I thought today we were going to try kind of trade sideways, in all honesty, like plus or minus about 0.25% at the most. And it kind of looked like that here for a little bit. That's why I was kind of hesitant when we were down here. I was like, we could easily go red here briefly. But yeah, me too. I mean, I used to be all about kind of loving the red days, but man, it's just easier to make money when the market's green. Whenever, especially when you're doing calls, when you're doing options, especially. But man. Yeah, knock on wood. Man, next pullback, I might have to just go ahead and hop in.
I think the repeat business is what he's counting on from what Joe's talking about with DoorDash and so forth. The fact that that's growing so fast, nobody likes going to these places and waiting in the long line. Pete talked about it years ago when these guys were on that upward trajectory, that people were getting phone calls from their family members and so forth that, hey, order this, order that, because, you know, they send one person in there, now they've got DoorDash doing this. It might increase the number of turns you do per month because you don't have to wait in those lines, Judge. So that's one of the things.
Yeah, let's see if we can do this with 272.50 calls instead. Be right back. Alright, man. I'll be here probably. At least for a little bit. Probably at least the next half hour to an hour, I'm betting.
If the narrative around this company has changed and comps can continue to increase, they open fewer stores than maybe they were going to in the past. You don't think that their business can come back in any sort of significant way to where it was or even close?
I only look at it this way. I respect the caller, and I'm just saying one of two things have to happen: the PE doubles or the free cash doubles. Pick one.
Is there another stock you'd like in the space better?
Well, I mean, Domino's clearly has been the winner. That's rather obvious. I would stay with Domino's if I was in that position. McDonald's, I think where it is valued right now, the introduction of technology, and that's probably that's a name also you could own.
Coming up, John and Pete are following the usual options moves in a big energy name today and a mining stock. We're going to get their trades coming up next. First, though, we give you an S&P sector check. S&P's up 15. We're at the highs of the day on the S&P.
Yeah, we're definitely at the highs of the day. tax resistance, 273 roughly.
More than 25,000 companies run their business in the Oracle Cloud.
Pinterest is the world's catalog of ideas. We help people discover and do what they love. So partnering with Oracle Data Cloud has helped us demonstrate how we drive new customer growth for our partners. A concept that couldn't be more relevant in today's competitive retail environment.
Oracle, more enterprise cloud applications than anyone else.
Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light you've been waiting for has arrived. Corona Premier. Consistency reaps rewards. Time and time again.
Even Hertz is trying to keep on pushing.
Columbia Threadneedle Investments. Your success, our priority.
The digital divide is building this country. We have parents who are trying to get their kids off of too much social media and computers, and then we have parents who would only hope their children have access.
Middle school is a really key transition point, right? The stakes start changing, students begin to really start thinking about their futures.
What I like about Verizon's approach is that it's not limited to just giving kids new tools. It's really about empowering educators to teach in different ways and exposing kids to more active forms of learning. Giving technology is not a total solution. Teaching technology, now that is.
First word on Walmart numbers. How the retail giant is competing from e-commerce to the grocery aisles. Swap up tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern on CNBC.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Sue Herrera. Here's your CNBC News update at this hour. Michigan State University says it has reached a $500 million settlement with 352 women and girls assaulted by sports doctor Larry Nassar. Nassar pleaded guilty to assaulting the victims under the guise of treatment. He is currently serving decades in prison.
Hope everybody's doing all right though. I'm looking at an entry point here on SPY on a little pullback possibly. It's pulled back actually about what $5-10 on the 275.50 call currently.
A coincidence that Guatemala is opening its embassy in Jerusalem right Monday 1st.
A Hamas official acknowledging that 50 of the 62 Palestinians reported killed during the Gaza riots on Monday and Tuesday were members of the terrorist group. The official saying in a TV interview, quote, if 62 people were martyred, 50 of them were Hamas, end quote. You are up to date. That's the news update this hour. Scott, back to you.
All right, Sue, thank you very much. Let's jump over to Kayla Tausche now with a news alert from Washington, D.C. Kayla?
Was asked by reporters about ZTE, the Chinese telecom giant that the president has taken to tweeting about ahead of talks with China and a big delegation that is in Washington this week led by
MACD's not helping us one bit.
earlier today. So there seems to be a very clear line from the cabinet that the ZTE issue, which Commerce just about a month ago banned U.S. companies from supplying with components, but that was an enforcement issue. It is not a trade issue, despite what the president has sought to link. We have now heard the Treasury Secretary, the Secretary of Commerce, and the MEC Director we'll see what happens this week during talks with China. Scott?
Yeah, it'll be interesting there. Kayla, thank you very much. Kayla Tasman from DC. Well, the brothers Najarian, they
These pullbacks are whack.
activity and energy in Mayan. Doc, you're up first. What do you
Not
got?
even giving RSI any time to chill off.
A lot of times when we're looking at mining stocks, it'll be Freeport, FCX, but this time Cleveland-Cliffs gets a lot, iron ore and so forth. As you can see, a nice double bottom right around there, about the $6.50 level. It's made that positive move to nearly $9 now. Today we come scrambling in with a lot of call buying. For instance, almost 14,000 like rapid fire like this. So they came in buying the June 7s. Now I think this is a surrogate for the stock because as you see, it's nearly $9. So instead of buying the $9 stock that's up from $6.50, instead they're buying these calls. It's an in the money call, in by about $1.88 since the right buy at 7. I bought these calls, Judge. I will likely write the 9s for higher strikes against it if this rally continues, and I like it too.
Okay, good stuff. Do you have an update for us as
I
well?
do. Teva. Last week, Pete and I were both remote on Monday, I think, and I called in with a Teva call. Turns out that Warren Buffett doubled up his stake on Teva, as did Highland Capital. I don't know if they doubled it, but they certainly added to it. That hasn't hurt at all. These calls that were basically last week, right around this level, 70 cents or so, traded up to $1.80 today. So, very nice one. Wrote the register, got out of this one.
All right, Pete, your turn.
You know, I'm going back to energy, Scott, and Exxon. This is a name that not too many weeks ago we talked about this one. It hit 7 different occasions back in April, and again, we're seeing buyers coming back in here. Going out to August and buying the August 90 calls. Pretty aggressive. They bought 10,000 of these calls. They're paying about 50 cents right now, expecting this move to continue.
Spy filled gap.
Contraction between where energy prices have been and where some of those.
Yeah, on our.
So I like this a lot.
Talking about to 273.
These calls on top of the stock that I own. I got one more. It's a sort of an update, but this is more of a new trade, and it's in the E.
Well, not quite 273, but close.
Weeks ago, we talked about some of the things that we were seeing in there. Those performed pretty nicely for us. Trimmed out of most of that, still owns some. But then today, the June calls very aggressively. June 46.
Yeah, I'm looking at maybe entering here with just two 272.50 calls, May 18th calls. Thing is that our RSI is hasn't really chilled off much at all.
I like what I'm seeing out there, so I actually added these. So I'm not only in the July calls, now I added these June calls as well.
You better watch where rates go.
Yeah, well, obviously this does have a lot to do with that, and let's also remember, when you're talking Brazil, a lot of what we're looking at in EWZ is talking about a lot of energy, a lot of oil.
Yeah. All right, come on back over here. I'll start with the Russell. A Russell record breaker, that is, the Russell 2000 just hitting a new.
Yeah, they've dropped a lot here the last few minutes. They've dropped about $13.
Russell since January 24th.
Yeah.
You told us to focus on this area.
My thesis is twofold. Number one is there's no risk of trade wars around revenues of these companies, 100% domestic, I like that. But the one that I think is underestimated by the market completely is the free cash flow increase as a result of tax reform, which hasn't even been put into the numbers yet. Many of the companies I've talked to in this space have not even got the tax code from the IRS yet. They don't know how to enhance their cash flow yet based on the code. We're going to see some big upside surprises in the next 24 months on these companies. I would say one thing to be careful of with Russell 2000, a lot of REITs in there. REITs do not perform well in rising rate environments.
I know I'm not. It keeps bouncing around between 107 and 106. I'm just watching the price action really closely. Seeing if it continues to light red or light green. It's looking like a damn Christmas tree right now. I'm going to go ahead and
Hey, Scott, coming up on the show, how big of a threat is the rising dollar to the
I'm placing it. It's at 105 each.
Plus, New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer
And of course, neither contract got filled yet.
whether or not the state's ready to jump in on the sports betting game. And Tampa
Man, if it doesn't get filled, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Bay, make the right move. It's an NFL versus Apple battle. That and much
Robinhood is slow as shit about getting your order filled. You almost like have to screw yourself out of $1 to get your order, $1 or $2 to get your order filled like right away on Robinhood.
It's the pace of tomorrow. With ingenuity, technologies, and markets expertise, we create
Come on, guys, fuck.
You don't chase the pace of tomorrow. You set.
One contract got filled.
With Bell Small Business Technology Advisors,
Ooh, it just dropped to 104.
you need to grow your business.
No wonder it got filled. It dropped another couple dollars.
What if advances in technology had stopped here? At Franklin Templeton, we help you
Yeah, Tastyworks it fills like instantly. The sales don't always, but the buys do. Oh, so yeah, I'm down about one. I'm literally down just $1 on each one, so I'm not gonna complain much. I think it's roughly a good spot, as long as it is just a pullback again. I mean, it could definitely pull back some more, but setting up a lot like earlier. See, we pulled back for what? Pulled back for about 16 minutes before taking off. Right now we've been down for roughly 14 minutes. So we're pretty close to about the same time. Never fails. As soon as I get in, it drops a little bit more. Right now I'm down $6 total. We'll see. There's definitely pretty strong resistance just below 273. Like clockwork. Griffin places call, stock drops. Griffin places put, stock goes to the moon. To new recent highs, like never seen. Nah, you're good. I mean, no one else is. I keep telling everybody, don't be shy about tell everyone not to be shy about asking questions or anything. If they're not gonna ask anything, then whatever. Dude, I'm getting butt fucked on Under Armour right now. There's no reason for that damn thing to even be going up. There's no good news hardly. There's no reason for this thing to be going up. She shall fall. Eventually. That's funny. On my wife's account. Oh shit, I forgot my dog's outside. I'll be right back in a second.
period that the Russell has lasted pretty high.
And since the Russell bounced 8%, it's up a little over 4% on the year, I think.
Okay.
You look at a stock like this one,
Now we are positive on SPY.
was the fucking back at the beginning of the year, and now
10 exactly.
when do you get 10x like that, Joe? Not a 10.
Yeah, just a lot. Exactly.
I got really pretty small market cap.
250 mil. That's why we don't talk about it.
Up $8 on SPY calls, which means we're up $4 per position, which is roughly 3% or something like that. Oh, you shared it on Twitter? Cool, thanks. I actually always forget to like share it on my social media. Like YouTube has the thing, I've done it before, like while I was actually live, where like I can actually share it on all these different platforms, a direct link really quick, but I always forget to do it right before I go live, and then I don't want to like do it during the stream, so it's like, I just don't do it. Up $10 on the SPY calls.
Interactive Brokers pays 1.18% on idle cash in your brokerage account. Do you know what your broker pays? Most banks or brokers pay nothing.
Can we bust through 273, do you think?
Move your account to Interactive Brokers.
Laugh aloud. Laugh aloud. Laughed aloud. And I'll take a look on here. I'm actually not even super active on Twitter. Like I occasionally get on there for like sports stuff or something, or just some randomness. Let me see. So, what was it? Laughed aloud. Go ahead and give you a follow. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm starting to really consider that whole just SPY.
Thankfully, Prevagen helps your brain and improves memory. Dad's got all the answers. Prevagen is now the #1 selling brain health supplement.
And then on like green days, maybe playing like a few companies that like I know or whatever. But man.
Welcome back to the halftime report. I'm Jackie D'Angelo. This is Futures Now. You're watching gold today, hitting a new 2018 low, trying to snap a 3-day losing streak. This as the dollar index is surging.
How are we? I didn't even check how we're doing on the stream. We got 5 of you tuning in.
Equals the most. Tell us why.
Well, right now they hate it for a couple of reasons. It's actually a double whammy that has to do with higher interest rates. Higher interest rates means that
Overall, though, these lows.
gold, because remember, it doesn't pay a dividend. The opportunity cost of investing in gold is higher now, but also the stronger dollar means that
I'm not going to draw a trend line, 'cause every time I draw a trend line, it gets broke. So
in really tough times. So as long as interest rates
maybe I'll draw a trend line going up so it can bust through it.
All right, thanks, Scott. Meantime, Grizz, let's go over to you.
Planet Fitness having a hell of a day.
Under 1,300 here, 1291. What do you want to do?
Walmart still up about $1.14. Apparently, it almost broke 86 on the high. Come on, fuck.
The liquidation started. Hedge funds
Fucking bullshit.
positions in gold and doubled their short positions, so they think it's going lower. The support is dissolving in one level. There's a little bit of support right there, but a gap down to 1270
you and learn trade at CME Group.
This is my headquarters. This is where I trade. And manage my portfolio. Since I added futures, I have access to the oil markets and gold markets. Okay. I'm plugged into equities, trade confirmed. And I have global access 24/7, meaning I can do what I need to do. Then I can focus on what I want to do. Visit learnfuturetoday.com to see what adding futures can do for you.
1 second. Barely enough time for this man to take a bite of turkey. But for cybercriminals, it's plenty of time to launch thousands of attacks. Luckily, security analysts in Watson are on his side, spotting threats faster and protecting his data with the most securely
You fucking kidding me right now?
It's a smart way to eat lunch in peace. Sweet.
I'm starting to get hungry. It's about my damn lunchtime.
Where Big Tech meets the street.
Investors clearly want a piece of the action.
Large cap tech stocks still doing really well this year. Stock Alley is live.
Carl Quintanilla, Morgan Griffin, John McCoy. Struck out at 11 a.m. Eastern on CNBC.
You've seen them ride together for years. Now it's your turn. Fast and Furious Supercharged. Right now, and Universal Credit Resort.
The Golf Ball holds the secret to a better game. Unlock your potential with expert guidance from the Golf Ball staff. And look like a pro with the latest apparel and accessories. Just off 63 in AC. Take a swing at the Golf Ball.
Oh, shit.
We've always believed there's a right way to make something. Takes craft.
Yeah, old Under Armour's really giving me the shaft today. If it did what it should have done.
We build motorcycles.
Hell, fucking $100 turnaround.
The Golf Ball holds the secret to a better game. Unlock your potential with expert guidance from the Golf Ball staff. And look like a pro with the latest apparel and accessories. Just off 63 in AC.
So fucking overbought. But every time it's made a new high, it's dropped like a motherfucker. Usually that same day or the next day. So we'll see.
Trade update, Twilio. Twilio 54.15. It has not pulled back at all since the earnings have been released. Still really expensive. For those of you who bought ITV last time on my recommendation, don't worry. I did it again. Sentiment continues to be great. New home sales that plays right into the millennial household formation thing. I stay Russell 2000 X rates, the best
Shoot.
tax reform, cash flow, enhanced earnings power for this week.
Suncor Energy, SU, going north.
Oh, buddy.
This one, big
But shoot. Yeah, we're getting close to that lunch hour, and I know she'll probably be getting home actually any minute. She gets off lunch for lunch right at 12. It's 12 on the dot where I am, as you can turn 5,000 and 20. No, thank you. As you can see, it's pretty much 12 on the dot. So she'll probably be home here any minute, hopefully, because I'm getting hungry. But yeah, overall, like I said, we closed 2 positions so far today for a profit of roughly $30 to $40. Again, nothing big, but if you can do 30-40 day at first and just keep on keeping on, you can see where that'll grow in the future. But I'm starting to think about, obviously I think about a whole bunch of stuff all the time, but I'm really liking just looking at SPY, the at the money, in the money calls and puts, just the potential for profit there consistently on a pretty much daily basis, especially as long as we continue to have this volatility. like we were talking about earlier, I mean, why trade so many different positions when you can trade just a couple stocks and make a good living off of it? We went over the numbers on trading just SPY, and it's just insane. So definitely something I'm gonna consider long term. But yeah, right now we're up still about $6 on that position, which is how much from a percentage standpoint? Just about 3%. Nothing big, but in the green on that. Old Under Armour's really giving me the shaft. I mean, big time. Yeah, I'm pretty much. That one better fall like a motherfucker. But yeah, we're up $8 now on the SPY calls. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the day. That one might actually be a day trade, which will be now 2 day trades this week. So I mean, I'm gonna have to use that last one wisely. Potentially, we'll see how the day goes. But oh, Mama says, "Who's are the devil?" Nice name. How's it going, by the way? Pretty big. Yeah, I heard about that. That was what, Monday, if I recall, if I remember right. But I thought that's why we had the big push up. What day was it? I thought that was the reason for this big push. I think it was it yesterday? It might have been. Was it yesterday I heard that? I thought that was the reason for yesterday's push. So I don't know. Who's to say? It's definitely up big time. And the good thing is the recent trend with Under Armour is every time it makes a new high and gets super overextended, it comes down hard. So at least I do have a couple of days for it to go ahead and come back down to reality. But it's definitely not encouraging that it's up as much as it is on the day. But we'll see how it goes the rest of today and tomorrow. I mean, worst comes to worst, just chalk it up, learn the lesson. Like I said, I think long term, I'm probably going to be one of those guys that trades SPY the most, just because I have a good feeling on I have a good idea about it overall and how it generally trends. So why not take advantage of that? Right now, we are now up $10, which is 5%. We closed a position for up 13% earlier this morning on it. So why not take advantage of what you know, right? And just stick with what you know, make it simpler, more fun for yourself. We're up 6% now, up $12. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Doing good. Cool. But yeah, old Under Armour, man, that thing. And I had a feeling, like I saw it coming down. I was like, something tells me this thing could fill this gap, my trend line. Obviously, like I said, my trend line isn't 100% right, but I was like, this could fill the gap. It did here. I seen it came back down, and I was like, okay, now we might be coming back to reality. But no, it's still pushing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I said, worst comes to worst, you just chalk it up as a loss for however much it ends up being. That's a good thing about, again, having the profits. You can at least at the minimum cancel your profits and losses out at the minimum. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not gonna say I love SPY, but like it's a pretty reputable one, obviously. Welcome. Always love having new people here. Again, if you're new and wondering, yes, we go live every single morning, at least through the lunch hour. I'm actually about to hop off here in like 5 minutes because my girlfriend will probably be home for lunch. But we usually at least go through the lunch hour at the minimum. So if you're into just networking with a bunch of like-minded people, we'd love to have you here. Definitely consider subscribing below. Awesome. But yeah, back to SPY. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of people that literally make hundreds of thousands of dollars just off trading SPY every single day or every single week. And some of them get to the point where they just do monthly options and just cash them out once a month and live off of it. So, I mean, there's definitely lots of money to be made in SPY, but within SPY and options too. I mean, there's money, like I always say, I've said this from the start. The reason I love the stock market is I really do believe there's a place for everybody in it. It's just figuring out what is your niche. Do you like penny stocks? Do you like options? Do you like shorting? Do you like swing trading, long-term investing, some sort of day trading, being anything I just mentioned? I mean, it's just fine. Dividend investing where you invest in a stock a few days before the dividends release, catch one that's getting ready to go up. That way you get the profits from it going up, get the dividend as well, pull out, or even invest in it long term. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can make money in the stock market, which is why I love it so much. Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. We're all here to make money at the end of the day. Only thing with SPY right now is it's definitely having it's consolidating right around 270.40 and 272.40 and 272.50-60 area. Has some resistance right around 272.60, 270.70. So be interested. We're still up about 3%. We keep bouncing back and forth between break even and up $10, just kind of yo-yoing right now. But see, now we're up 2%. But we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, I do think long term SPY is going to be like my number one options, just because I mean you can literally make some good money. Like the thing is yes, you only have 3 day trades, but if you can say you got in this, say you bought the 270.50 call, which is what I had actually. Let's take a look at that. The 270.50 call is what I had. I bought it yesterday, right in here, right around 271. Let's say you had the 270.50 call, right around when I did. It was at the time that call was worth $164 is what it was. Right now it's at $243. So it's literally gained pretty much $80 in value today alone. So if you'd held it today, and let's say you just went in and cashed out right now for $80 profit, imagine if you had a bigger account. Those calls at the time only cost, like I said, $164. So $164. Imagine if you had 10 contracts of that. So you paid essentially, $1,600. Yes, it requires a little more capital and whatnot. But hell, let's even say 5 for smaller, because that's less than $1,000 at that point. That's about $800, maybe $900 at that point. Still a little bit of capital, but let's just say that for example. So 5 times 8 is like 40. So about $400 profit in less than a day. And that's if you were to sell it like right now. It just dropped a few dollars because SPY's pulled back again, yo-yoing. Like I keep saying, she's yo-yoing like a piece of shit right now. But I'm not gonna mess with it if it starts to kind of go to shit on me. I'll just go ahead and dump it. I'm not gonna play around. But yeah, it's just a matter of getting at the right time. And that's obviously like maximizing your profits. Like me, I went ahead and sold it on the first pop this morning. Got my 16%, moved on. No big deal. But I mean, if you have a good idea, like Luis had a good idea. He said he thinks SPY's going to like 273, 274 by the end of the day. And if you go ahead and hold it, then yeah, your profit potential is huge. So I mean, that alone is why I like SPY. Obviously, you can mess with a whole bunch of different other stocks. And I mean, I've made 80+% on Under Armour. I've made over 100% on what was it that I made over 100% on once? Hertz, HTZ, I made over 100% on that last week at some point, if I remember right. DBX, we made a couple 10%. I mean, you can mess with a lot, but then you kind of start, it's easy to get confused at that point, and it's just no good. But yeah. How long have I been trading? Let's see, what was it? February. So not really long, but yeah. I mean, I'm still definitely learning for sure. I've had some expensive losses. HMN. I mean, when I was doing more penny stock trading, I fucked up with HMNY big time when I'm working overnight job. I hopped off the stream, meant to set a sell stop, like a stop loss. Didn't set it. I woke up, the stock had dropped like $1.20 a share that day because it's a piece of shit company. I call it NVCN 2.0 actually, but yeah, I fucking hate that company. But that was an expensive lesson to learn. It was like lost total couple $100 on that. So it's ugh, God. But yeah. Exactly. And yeah, that's what I've taken the most is whenever you have the chance to take the money and run. I mean, even if it takes one of your day trades, who cares? It's not worth, A day trade is not worth going from up even as little as $10 to $20 to down possibly $100. So I'd rather just give up that day trade and move on. I ain't been killing it yet. I'm getting there though. We're slowly getting there. Within the next month or so, hopefully we'll really get these wheels rolling. But yeah, we're just again trying to build that community of a bunch of like-minded people. I still can't get over that name. That's a hilarious name. I love that name. I feel like you've been in here before. Actually, I feel like we've talked about that before. Lost my ass years ago on pennies. Yeah, me either. Yeah, I mean, I still play a few of them. Like HEAR was one of them that we played, and I mean, you can see where that one's gone. But is Under Armour really still running? Good fucking god. But yeah, I mean, there are still a few penny stocks out there. It has to be blatant obvious, essentially, for me. For me to invest in a penny stock, it literally has to be blatant obvious. But for the most part, I just don't touch them anymore, hardly. More so because, like, again, options you can make just as good, if not better, returns. You're investing in you're messing around with companies that are actually reputable, and you don't have to worry about a piece of negative news tanking the entire company. It's just a safer bet, and again, the profits are unbeatable.
Columbia Real Estate utilizes only the best in technology to create your home's marketing portfolio. At Columbia Real Estate, our agents met with a piece, their personal approach and commitment.
Yeah, you definitely need. I know that there's some apps apparently that allow you to see level 2, but I mean, we're trying to hop back and forth in between 1 to 3 apps. I mean, if you're like me, you want to look at charts, so Thinkorswim, more than likely, or some type of platform, you'd be on Thinkorswim. You'd have that level 2 app pulled up. Then you got whatever broker you use. I mean, you're trying to bounce back and forth. By the time you actually get to each app and decide, okay, yes, I want to make a sell, something's already happened. The price is more than likely dropped, if anything, by that point. And you're like, fuck. So it's like, especially with penny stocks, I mean, it's literally second by second. So you can't be hopping around 3 different apps. So yeah, I definitely feel what you mean on that. But yeah, that definitely makes sense too. Wow.
It was gearing up to be the most anticipated meeting in decades, but now the June 12th summit between Kim Jong-un and
Good shit, Spy. I knew I should have waited for my good pullback. I mean, I still think it's going to pop again, but...
Koreans canceled a high-level meeting with the South Koreans and threatened to cancel the meeting with President Trump if Washington insists on pushing them, quote, into a corner on nuclear disarmament.
Looks a lot like earlier this morning, too. This thing could pull back to 272 or less. Again.
We've seen this in North Korea before, right? Isn't this the same old movie that they do over and over again? Haven't they threatened to pull out before?
It's always tease, as the song Should I Stay or Should I Go goes. North Korea just did this in January, on the day before the North Korean head of the delegation, Miss Kim, the singer, was to show up in South Korea. North Korea canceled in the middle of the night, got the South Koreans very nervous, and
Oh, shoot. But yeah, I know she's going to be home, like, real soon. I'm surprised she's not home already. I almost forgot about that. So, hopefully you guys have had a good day. I see we got 5 of you in here. Again, thanks again, everybody, for all the support. I mean, I don't know how many subscribers we're at now. I know this morning we were at, like, 341. We lost a few, it seemed, or something for some reason. Oh, well. But, yeah, again, I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support. Like I said, if anyone's new here and you're into just networking with a bunch of like-minded people, we're all here to make money at the end of the day. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon. I forgot to mention that. With the bell icon, you'll be notified for when we go live or when I upload a video. I try to upload 1 or 2 videos a week, and the rest are obviously the live streams. I do a live Sunday stream as well, Sunday Stock Watch, where we kind of just go over stocks to be on the lookout for the next week for options as well as day trading or swing trading. So that's usually Sunday afternoon, late afternoon, early evening is when I try to do it. I try to let you guys know on Friday or Saturday when exactly I would try to do it. But yeah. We think on SPY. Yeah, I mean, longer term, 270 definitely a major support. That's what we were talking about yesterday. I was like, if it breaks 270, who knows how low it's going to go at that point. But generally speaking, like from a longer term standpoint, 270, 274, maybe even 275, yeah. I would like to see it eventually break, say, like 275, 280, but obviously that's kind of asking for a little much until we actually climb out of this quote-unquote correction and have some actual direction on what can actually cause the market to keep going up instead of down. But overall, yeah, I mean, I like to play SPY more of like a weekly option, if not daily, obviously. Obviously, it's hard with accounts under 25K, but yeah, you got the range about right, I would say. I mean, it depends on who you ask. Some say 265 still, and I'm like, dude, if we break 270, 265 is probably not the range. It's probably more like 255 at that point, or 260. So, I mean, to me, the range, yeah, is about 270, 274, roughly, that window. And if we can keep making new supports, like now if 272 can be a support, as it looks like it's trying to build right now, 273 looks like the next resistance. So if we can break 273, then obviously, I mean, just keep slowly going up. But yeah, 270, 274 right now is about right. You're pretty spot on that. But yeah, I mean, oh, and like I said, for anyone that doesn't know yet, like one of the first links in the description box is our Discord chat. I go in the voice chat in there usually close to the end of the market day. Since obviously I'm not on here by then. So, I mean, if you want to, like, chat one-on-one or whatever, there's usually a good time to do so there. We only have about 20 of us in there right now, so it's pretty easy to get some one-on-one with me in there. Or if you just, again, want to chat with a bunch of like-minded people, I'm always super active in there, like, posting what moves I've done, like, what trades I've submitted and whatnot, profits, losses, all that good stuff. But, well, hopefully we don't break 270, but, yeah, I mean, for each, I'm going to kind of wait until the time actually comes. For now, I just kind of play the dips, essentially, like, since we're trending up right now, play the dip. If I were to, like we talked about this morning, or it went this morning, I guess it was about an hour or so ago now, if I were to have gotten at the time, it was the 271.50 call, if I remember right. Let me take a look. Yeah, the 271.50 call at the time was $107, like $107, $105 somewhere in there. It's now at $165. So, I mean, it's gone up $60. And this is just from this point to here. So, it isn't even high. So, I mean, at one point, it was up about literally $60, $65. And I was going to buy 2 calls. So, that would have been about at the minimum, $100 to $130 worth of profit made. That's why I like to day trade SPY. Day trading is just more of my style. I know there's a lot of people that are really good from a analytic standpoint or whatever that can kind of play it more of like a buy week. Like, I'll get in now and then sell it Monday or something for blah, blah, blah profit. But I'm more just to catch it when it's on an up day, catch it on a dip, ride it back up, get that. I mean, at $105, selling it at $165, $60 profit. I mean, you're looking at crazy amount of profit. So, but everyone has their own thing. Yeah, I mean, I really do. I like SPY overall. Calls or puts. I mean, we'll see just as it goes along and as I obviously develop as a trader. It's fucking with me right now, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I better go ahead and hop off here, or else she'll be popping in the door any second. But yeah, like I said, I'll definitely be active in the Discord group chat for those of you that haven't joined already. Link is, like I said, one of the first couple links in the description box. But hopefully you guys continue to stay green out there. I'll try to. I'll definitely let you all know in Discord what is up, as well as tomorrow morning on tomorrow morning's stream. But yeah, again, thanks again, guys, for all the support. And until next time, keep on going out there, making those profits, covering your profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys either in Discord or on tomorrow's live stream. Take it easy, guys.